Flash your lights, baby. Flash your lights everywhere.
Niggas was saying shit about me. They didn't even fucking know me.
This is my story. This is what I was doing when wasn't nobody looking.
Y'all don't know what goes on in practice or the locker room.
Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa. It's Monday. We didn't get canceled. We back again.
How we gonna get canceled?
Gil, you tell me.
If Cam and them ain't canceled.
How we gonna get canceled?
Are you right?
Ain't no way we get canceled.
We ain't doing anything as wild as this
They
shit.
say,
Every day they be saying some crazy shit. I love it.
OJ is on their show, bro. They
Yeah.
ain't canceled. They still on.
Facts. The juice.
The juice.
Minus the Pope.
Gil, the chat want to know what's going on with the shoes.
What is wrong with shoes?
I said, what's going on? I didn't say nothing wrong with them. I just said, what's going on?
No, you know, it got a little fur in it, man.
Little Furby.
Man, don't come at me, man. Y'all be
just
letting them.
asking.
No, they be letting all the NBA players wear that goofy stuff on there, man. I can try it. They be having league fits. Y'all be voting league fits, and I be seeing it. So
that's what you doing?
yeah, that's what
you
I'm
trying
doing,
it?
man.
I'm
Got
trying
a little
to
furry
shoot my
sweater.
shot.
Got a little furry sweater.
It's hot, man. You got
a
me
little
sweating.
wolf. Got a little wolf up here.
Okay, turn up.
Don't come at me, Peter. It ain't real wolf.
It ain't real wolf.
This is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. As always, we got Gilbert Arenas here with us, and Rashad McCants joining us. See you rocking the Jets. They got the big win this weekend.
Yeah, I figured I'd make my own little Jets basketball jersey. You know what I'm saying? I like them Jets over them Eagles. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about?
And we got a very special guest joining us shortly. But here's what's cooking in the arena today. The Liberty kept their championship hopes alive with a Game 3 win in the WNBA Finals. But what do they need to do to force a Game 5? Freak Time made its debut with the Bucks, but how will teams try to slow down the Bucks' new dynamic duo of Dame Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo? And we're talking all things hoops in life with one of the GOATs. You see it. But as always, before we get into all that, the show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you have not done so already, download the app, use promo code Gil's Arena. They will match your first deposit up to, what is it, 500 still?
500.
$500. Go ahead and get it in.
Undo.
NBA preseason underway.
I ain't won yet. Fucking with me, man.
I seen a dude, he did all hater picks. He did lower on everything and was cleaning up.
He was cleaning up.
He do what I do.
Preseason.
He do what I do.
I'll never win when I lower. They always play out their mind when I lower. Like, what the hell is going on today?
And we do mostly fans at the end of the show. We see all the fans in the chat getting it. The hate started early on a Monday. God bless you guys. Y'all wake up thriving on negativity, and we love every single bit of it because you help run the numbers up, keep us employed. God bless y'all. But drop a good Mostly Fans question in the chat. Make sure you use your Underdog Fantasy username, and we will give you a $50 bonus if we use that question on the show. Y'all been doing a great job. Some great questions so far early in this season, too. So keep it up. And if you can't watch a live version of the show with us here on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from, they got your back. So, Gil, last week we talked a little bit about how free throw line dunks have lost some steam after MJ did it in the 87 dunk contest. So the scores just kind of kept going up.
No. For him.
For him, okay. Oh, just for him.
Yeah, for him.
I was going to say, James Flight White helped bring it back.
Yeah.
Let me pull this out. Mike, like, let me pull this out. I'm down. I'm down. I need a 50.
Let me pull out the guaranteed 50.
But Michigan State freshman Cohen Carr is throwing his name in the hat during the MSU, I don't know if it was Midnight Madness or Madness. I don't even know if it's Midnight Madness anymore, but took off from free throw line, double clutch, finished with the tomahawk. Let's watch it again. Oop.
Right on the line.
Oop.
Ooh.
I mean, that's like MJ's 50 in the 88 dunk contest. It was around.
And we got another angle of this so we can just get a little bit more perspective of exactly what Mr. Carr did.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked better from that way.
I like that. That's James Whitish.
Yeah.
So Carr's listed at 6'7", And then Boosties definitely boosting, but Gil, got to ask you,
50.
That's what score you giving? You already knew. 51? 50?
Tens. I'm giving them tens.
I'm gonna go D-Wade. I'm gonna do D-Wade them. 45.
Give him 9?
45. Because I seen him between the legs when James White did between the legs from the free throw line. You got to do more than that.
So it can't be a 50.
That was the double pump. Right, that was a double pump.
James did that first. James did that first.
No, he did this one first.
He did
this one.
No, he did that.
He did like 3 different versions.
Yeah, no, he did it. I mean,
like,
Shout out to Flight.
Yeah, man.
yeah, you're right. He did.
That's my man's.
But I went first, so I had the 50. I can't take it back now.
Can't take it back now.
So what's the best dunk that you've seen? We'll go in-game and dunk contest.
I think it was 96 preseason, right to left crossover. Kobe dunks on Ben Wallace.
You like that one?
Yeah, I'm in high school and he's 19, coming in the league. He got all the hype, you know what I mean, and hit him with it. That's my memory.
I got 2. I want to say my 2. One is Toronto, Vince Carter against the Pacers. Baseline.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. What was that?
Yeah. What was that?
What was that,
Yeah,
right? And then it's a tie between Gerald Green,
the
windmill, and Vince dunking over old boy in the Olympics.
Frederick Weiss or whatever the brother's name was. It feels like that Olympic dunk, I don't think anything will ever.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I did. That's
what?
It should have been an one. That's what it should have been like that.
Just because you're down there. What you doing there?
The only thing that could have topped that up there was DeMar DeRozan when he tried a 360 on somebody on the fast break.
On the fast break, I remember that.
And what about dunk contest?
Dunk contest dunks. It's so hard because it has to be recent because these are the newest.
You gotta be Aaron Gordon.
Yeah,
Zach LaVine.
Yeah, it has
Nate Robb deserve a little bit of love.
It's the newest, Jason Richardson.
Yeah.
I mean, for those who don't know, the cupcake dunk, infamous, was my idea. Yes, we were together trying to put together a whole little array of dunks because we're going against Dwight Howard in Orlando, right? And I remember we was in New Orleans. We had been practicing our dunks. And it was a couple dunks that Gerald did in practice. And he only wanted to practice once. Like, it wasn't like we were like, he went through one little thing. I was like, hey, let's try this one. We'll do this, we'll do that. He was like, bet, let's do all of that. When we got to the practice gym in New Orleans, the White started doing NBA 2K shit. We was like, man, we gonna lose. He just throwing that bitch up high as hell, just going to get it. Boom, I'm like, yo, Dwight Howard, that Superman shit, when he just threw the ball, yeah. That might have been the craziest.
I was the same with you. I was with Jason Richardson, so he got invited to a dunk contest, and I had a dream, and I started looking at everybody's dunk patterns, and I was like, man, most people are 2 foot. He's a 2 foot, so I was practicing the dunk. Right, and then I was like, yo, Jay, I got a dunk for you. So I was like, you throw it up, and you start with the windmill here, and then at the end, you just hurry up, twist your body, throw it back, right? So he tried it. I got it.
So you came up with that one?
Yeah. So,
bro, that was the first time everybody ever seen that dunk?
I was dreamt it.
Sick.
He gave me 10 grand for that. He gave me 10 grand for that dunk. Like there's a video of him saying, my 2 dunks, the ones I won with, Gilbert created them. Wow. And then the other one is our second year, invited me again, right? And we was talking about, windmill and stuff, and I was like, why don't you just go on the baseline and reverse it? So what do you mean reverse it? Like, reverse it.
Oh my Lord.
Like, reverse it.
Bro, we never seen nothing like that.
All he does is every single night, so he never practiced it. He just throws it and he watch it bounce and he says, oh, I got that, right? So we was like, I don't know if it works. I don't know.
You were like, I had a dream.
So he ended up, he pulled it out. He's never done it since.
Wow.
He's tried to do the dunk.
He can't do it, and he can't do it. Oh,
it was just
wow.
that one time.
Wow.
It was that one time.
That's crazy, bro. Because we used to do that dunking layup lines because it was a two-hand windmill. Everybody loved the two-hand windmill. We all loved the one-hand windmill. But to do the two-hand and turn, that mean you were a dunker.
Yeah.
You were a dunker.
I mean, I've seen him do so many crazy things, man. Like I remember the dunking. I've never seen it. I just felt it, right? Where fast break, Richard Jefferson. It was, I think, Mo Pete. He smacked it off the glass hard. You know, one of them spike dunks. Boom! All we heard was boom, boom. Right? So when Richard Jefferson smacked it against the glass, Jay Rich caught it. Pop! Dunked it back like, wait, what?
wait, what?
Like, you know, just practicing with him, just watching him do crazy stuff. Like I can see his limits. So when I was thinking the dunks, it was like, dog, you can do this. Like if I can get like this closer to him, I know you can pull it off.
Man, that's
he
dumb.
did.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Kill producer saying that you need to charge 10 racks and be a dunk contest consultant.
For real.
No, it was easy. It was easy back then. It was easy back then.
You know what he doing though? You know what I know Gil doing? Saving it for Elijah. That boy is a 2K. He's a 2K avatar.
These dunks they're doing now, man. It's like, ooh, I didn't.
He doing some crazy shit. Elijah.
Well, let's keep this thing moving and shaking. We got a very special guest making her debut in the arena. NCAA champion, college player of the year at Texas Tech. 4-time WNBA champ, 3-time MVP, 3-time defensive player of the year, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Naismith Hall of Famer, first woman with her own signature shoe,
Keep it coming.
one of the coldest to ever do it, Sheryl Swoopes. Welcome to Gil's Arena. How you doing?
Is this my seat?
Oh, you
What's up, fellas?
I got more.
I like hearing that.
Living legend.
I don't get to hear it
I
enough.
had
I'm over here.
to whittle down the accolades. If I would have read all of them, we would have been here all day.
We have time.
We got
I'm
time.
everybody else. Oh, I'm over here. Why are my stuff so far away?
Okay.
Go ahead, pull it close.
Don't
Go
worry,
ahead, pull it in.
You know, we are a work in progress as a show. We're still figuring it out.
This is cute.
How you doing today?
I am wonderful.
Well, thank you for coming all the way out here.
It was far. I'm kidding. This is nice. I like this. This is a nice little setup, and I appreciate the invite.
Okay.
Cause I got, I got a bone to pick.
Oh, Lord.
You want to get it going?
No, I'm a guest, so I'll wait. It ain't that big of a bone. It's a little bone. It ain't a big bone.
Okay.
It's a puppy bone, not a dog.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to the puppy bone in a little bit. Let's keep this thing moving. So, Caitlin Clark and the Iowa women's basketball squad made history Sunday night in their exhibition game against DePaul. Game was held at Iowa's football stadium and called the Crossover at Kinnick. Set a new attendance record with 55,646 fans who were on hand to watch Iowa get the win. Record comes just weeks after the Nebraska women's volleyball team set the world record for a women's sporting event with more than 92,000 fans pulled up to their game. So, Sheryl, you're our guest. We're going to start with you. What's the most packed game that you've ever been to?
God, not that one. But can I just talk about how crazy that is that they played on a football field? To have 55,000 people, like, I was never in that type of an environment. I would say probably the Final Four in '93 when we won it.
Okay.
20,000. And then maybe in college at Reunion Arena, around 15,000.
Okay.
It ain't close to 55,000, but.
That's big, though. I mean, in a football stadium, you see all those people packed in. It's kind of like, it feels like too much, like.
Why is it not in the middle of the field?
That I did have that question.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's on one end.
Yeah, it's on one
so
end.
everybody over here, right, with binoculars, like.
That's what I'm saying. You up in the nosebleeds.
That's a good question, though.
It's like,
I don't have an answer to it.
Because I remember when we played San Antonio, I think we played in the football arena.
Okay.
Alamo.
Yeah, I think we played in the football arena, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, why isn't it in the middle? So.
Yeah. I went to the Final Four a few years ago at the Superdome, and it had it in the middle, but even that, it was
a lot of space.
You couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's on the end, middle, wherever. 55,000 people, and we're talking about a college women's basketball game.
Big time.
Like, the fact that we're having that conversation and we're talking about it, to me, talks about how the game continues to grow. Like, we're in a good place.
Who did they play?
DePaul.
Iowa DePaul.
And it's still preseason, right?
Yeah.
Exhibition game.
Why that should have been?
Televised.
No, that should have been LSU.
Ooh.
That should have just been.
For preseason?
I know, but that's what makes it, because it don't count. It don't count against no one's loss, and you get that feeling.
I like that.
Kinda like
I
preseason
that.
NIT.
And
It's like the
especially when you
preseason
go
NIT.
back to the Final Four, right? Caitlin Clark, Angel Reed. I mean, I see where you're going.
It's a good preseason.
You're getting at least 80, 90,000 for that.
Well, that's a pay-per-view. We're going to pay-per-view
Yeah, but
that.
also,
Break bread.
We're going to pay-per-view that.
also, it's preseason, and I was at home, right? So they want to play somebody they're probably going to beat. I'm not saying they
But
can
it's still-
beat
but it's still
LSU,
a
but
fun
I hear
game,
you.
you
I'm
know.
there with you. I am there with you. But they didn't call and ask us what we thought.
Thanks, right?
we played at the Courier Dome.
Okay.
Syracuse. I think that was like 05, going to, I think that was either Sweet 16 or Elite 8. It might have been Elite 8 before St. Louis. And then I'm not sure if Rupp Arena is bigger than Smith Center. I think we hold 26.
Oh, wow.
26.
Your whole 26?
Oh, yeah, every game, 26. standing
Oh,
up.
he said,
Sold
yeah,
out?
every game.
Oh, yeah.
No. What's the NBA? 22?
Anywhere from 19, 20, 18 to 22-ish.
Yeah, we was lit. But overseas, they be having
We was lit.
they be having guys overseas who play at soccer stadiums, and like we played at O2 Arena when we did the overseas. We played the Celtics, Timberwolves Celtics. We played O2 Arena, so there's a lot of people for sure.
So what's the loudest arena? I don't necessarily need to be the biggest, but what's the loudest, most turned up arena you played in?
I mean, it's mostly college, probably.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Oregon was, yeah.
Oregon.
The old Matt Court.
Yes, Stanford. Because they had that I think it was like that rubberish. Remember back then, like it was,
Yeah.
so when they jumped up and down, it actually moved the rim.
They had springs in the court. I don't know
Yeah.
if they still have them. They had springs in the court, so if you got the bounce right, you can get your slam ball on.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, in college, fans are just a little different.
Yeah.
So it's usually, I think it's usually louder than in the pros. But for me, I would say when the Comets, when we had a team, every time we went to Phoenix or New York, it was pretty rowdy.
Okay.
It was pretty loud.
Okay.
And the fans we had in Houston were pretty rowdy too.
Okay. They turned up.
Yeah.
Comets
little bit.
Liberty, that was
Yeah.
classic every
Yeah.
time. Every time.
You remember that?
What?
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
Weatherspoon,
That was good
Hobo, all y'all was getting it in out there. I gotta say, the Warriors, we believe. I ain't never heard no crowd. This was after Gil had left and Steven Jackson beating them. Bro, we couldn't even hear the plays called, to be honest. It was like really, since then, I ain't heard nothing since
No,
like
that's
that.
facts.
Like they was so
Like regular
loud.
season, not just playoffs.
Not just regular season. Like
Wow.
you're going to play them. It wasn't even like we were the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason y'all need to be this loud. Ain't no reason y'all need to be this loud. Like I get KG on the team, but excuse me, we can't even hear the coach talking. They just loud, the music bumping. This before E40 was on. You didn't have all that.
We won my first 2 years. We won 21 games. They were loud. And then the second year, like we thinking about making a playoff. Like it was like we got like 8 games out of playoff and standing ovations. We make a comeback. I remember 4 rookies. We had 4 rookies and a Donald Foyle, and we were down like 20. And they put us in, and we made a comeback. I mean, they stood up, and I was like, this is the best feeling I've ever had.
That was your rookie year?
Yeah, my rookie year. I remember telling Calvin Booth, you can ask Calvin Booth, I said, yo, watch when the Warriors play in the playoffs, that shit gonna be crazy. I was like, we played the Bulls one year, and you can hear they boos. Like, the boos hit your chest. the boos hit your chest. That was different, right? And I was like, when the Warriors play, watch how loud that arena be. Because we was losing, and it felt great.
Utah was kind of loud too, though. Utah got kind of loud with Darren Williams and Boozer and them. When they was making that little run, they used to be kind of lit.
Were you silly?
You know,
Y'all was mid, right?
on occasion.
Yeah, I was.
Damn.
I think y'all was.
Dome.
I think they was too rich. To,
Neck day, he going right.
It was cracking when we played Jaw.
Was that a win? Was that a W?
No.
No.
It wasn't a W? Uh-oh.
30?
Y'all in that game.
I don't know. I won. I don't. To be honest, I don't know. Like
I don't remember. All I remember, I was hot. I was
25 at the half. I was in the second half.
Wait, you had 25 at the half and you only ended up with 30?
5 and had 25 in the second half.
Bro, I think you had.
Don't be trying that.
Don't be shy.
I was like, wait a minute.
No, he didn't score in the first half.
Yeah.
So a couple of our players were clowning. Second half of overtime, he had 32.
Ooh.
But they
So we didn't win?
Nah, you came close though. Y'all.
Dang.
I know.
Now you never-
I know. I left smiling.
Yeah.
Good win.
You won.
On the bus.
You won.
was on the bus. You on the phone. Yeah, you had a good game.
Good old game. You
We lost though.
Did y'all win? No, but I had 32.
I won.
Y'all lost. So let's talk a little bit about these WNBA Finals. Things were looking shaky for the Liberty after the first two games. You were at game 1 in Vegas next to LeBron. What was that like?
LeBron was next to me.
you.
Hey, see,
You were sitting next to LeBron sitting next to you, but I respect
you see, that's what
important.
I'm
That's
talking
it.
about.
I'm just saying.
Match the energy in here. That's what
Did you
I'm talking
take
about.
up the leg? Because when NBA dudes sit with each other, it's always a league leg room issue. Like they want to put their legs out. Did you make it fold this stuff up?
Well, you know, I had my nice little skirt on, so I needed room.
Okay.
So I had to.
That's
And LeBron, do not get on my skirt.
young
Legs
fella,
closed, baby face.
relax.
No, it was good. Listen, there have been so many NBA players, current, former, and just celebrities in general that have come out to support the W, whether that's Vegas, and I don't know if y'all watched the game yesterday, but in New York. And to me, it's just good for the game.
Yeah.
It was game 1, Aces did what they were supposed to do. The place was rocking. Jordan Sparks destroyed the national anthem. Ashanti at halftime. Y'all too young to know Ashanti? Okay. I gotta check.
we are all on the same page,
Good.
right?
It's just a good, I said it's a good time to be a woman and to be a female athlete. Like, it seems to be the cool thing to do nowadays is to support the WNBA, and I'm here for it.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. What's the difference now compared to when you, Cynthia, you guys were doing your thing? I believe that the style of play and the abilities back then were not too far off than where they are now. What's stopping the celebrities then from coming to the games when it was even more polarizing then? Y'all were on TV more like in center spaces than we've had to fight for them to be now.
I agree. And I've been trying to figure out that answer. I told someone the other day, actually it was a current player, I said, when the league started though, we were on Lifetime. And they don't even know what Lifetime is, right? They were like, what?
They're like, what?
We were on Lifetime. So to me, that was one thing, right? Like people couldn't find the games.
Right.
And men especially were like, I'm not watching Lifetime. Right? But I think one of the biggest differences today, though, is social media.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have Twitter and Instagram and every other social media they got. I think we had Facebook. Like I'm not that old.
No, Facebook was 2009.
Facebook
you
came out like
Yeah,
03,
I was
still
still
playing.
playing.
No, I'm saying before where the comments
Oh, it
were.
was 2009.
No,
Yeah,
Facebook
that was
came out like 03, 04.
Dang, what did we have in
Then it
97?
expanded.
But that was the young before it expanded. It
Yeah.
was like 2009 was the expansion
Then it
year.
So we
exploded.
had
I think
nothing in
we had
97.
MySpace,
No,
America,
99?
America Online,
American, yeah. I was in
AOL.
Listen, don't talk about AOL. That's still my email address.
I still
AOL is still my email
AOL and beepers, that's all.
Hey man, you got that dial tone, dude.
Okay, you've got mail.
You got mail.
My voice is Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi tells me I have mail every day. But I do think social media makes a big difference because now it's like you can interact with the players, good or bad, because people sit behind a keyboard and just go in.
Right.
But the ability to interact with players makes you feel like you really know that player, and you become a fan, and there's a connection. So I think social media is huge, but when you have, like, I'll say this, it doesn't make me feel good to say it, but when an NBA player like signs the line and they go out to watch a game and they're like, and they show all these NBA players at a WNBA game, people tune in and they're like, oh, well, if LeBron James, and I'm joking, but you know, like you were sitting next to LeBron. No, LeBron was sitting next to me. But my point being, if LeBron James comes to a game and the WNBA posts and they talk about LeBron James is at the game, people tune in. They're like, oh my God, LeBron James is there. Let me see what this is all about. So I do think that's one of the biggest differences is we didn't have social media like that. From a talent standpoint, like I'll take any of our teams, the first 4 years that won a championship, and stack them up against any team today, and I'm putting my money on us.
Easy.
But I also think our mentality though was different. And it's not to take anything away from these players today, but it was different. I love the fact that the league is still around, it's still growing, players are doing crazy things in the league, and just from sponsorships, endorsements. You and I were talking about this a little bit before the show, but it's definitely growing. And for NBA players to invest in it, Dwayne Wade being part owner of the Chicago Sky, Tom Brady, part owner of the Aces, like, again, it seems like this is the time to do it, and it's okay to do it.
What's the hard part about picking a certain woman to be the forefront of the WNBA? Me and Gil had this conversation about where he thinks the future is going to be with the Jujus, like some people like his daughter, like other young ladies who are up and coming, right? But right now, we don't have a face other than Asia, who they haven't really put her there. You got Brianna.
Oh, she's my face.
Right. So you got Brianna Stewart. But when you were playing, like you, Tina, Cynthia, Teresa,
Lisa.
Rebecca, like you guys had so many stars. Dawn, you had so many stars that we seen y'all. Like watching those championship games, those playoffs, and then Wheaties boxes, you had your own shoe, like Swoopes, like that was a thing that actually helped the WNBA survive to this point because you guys were the forefathers of the whole thing. So I look at it like, why is there such a reluctancy to push certain women and put them in the front and say, this is the new woman?
I really don't know the answer to that. I don't know. When the league first started in '97, it was, players still go overseas to play, right? Just to compensate for the lack of income that we make in the W. But when the league first started in '97, there were not many players, but like myself and Lisa and Rebecca, who had like marketing deals with the league. So we didn't have to go overseas to play because in the off season, the league paid us to stay here and market the league and push the league so that people, like it stayed fresh on people's minds because we only played in the summer and we still only play in the summer. So in the off season, if you're not a real WNBA fan, you tend to forget about the league and the players, and they don't do that anymore. I don't know why it's, personally, I don't know why it's so hard for the league to say, we're going to put you and you and you in the forefront. You're the faces of the league. You're going to market the league. I don't know why that is because to me, Asia Wilson has done some incredible things in this league, not just this season. And Asia should be the face of the league.
Yes.
That's my opinion. I think they try to put other players in front, whether that's a black and white issue, a black and white thing, I don't know.
Right.
But when you have a league that is 93% black women, like we got to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Asia has worked for it. It ain't like she came in the league and hasn't done anything. So there are probably a handful of women in the W right now, if you don't even follow the league, that you probably could name, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 5 or 6 for the average fan. So I don't know. Like as far as we've come, we still got a long ways to go.
Do you think because the way you guys started from the '96 Olympics, right? And the group, it was the team. Like even, when I fell in love, it was Martin. Like the Martin episode, it was the Martin episode. Yes, it was the Martin. I was a Martin fan. That's where I still get that.
Fan too. I was a Martin fan.
That's where I get that. I'm not losing to no girl.
I'm not losing to no girl.
That's true.
Sheryl Swoopes. I'm not losing to no Sheryl.
And even though I had to get cold out my ear, I was like, "Are you really over here licking my ear?"
Yes, he is.
So because it was a group thing, do you think that's the mentality that the league has done? Like it's a family, it's a team versus individuals, where individuals is moves. Like you need a Larry Bird and Magic, and then you need a Michael Jordan.
I don't think so, because that's not how it was in the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the '96 team, absolutely. To me, the W exists because of what that '96 team did. Like just putting it on the map and us showing people what women's basketball was about, and we were good, And so then the league starts. I think it was more about, all right, this is something new, it's different. So you had to put faces out there. You had to put individual players out there that people could relate to and connect with. And I don't really know why that's changed, because to me, listen, sports ain't always fair. And if you deserve to be the face or you deserve to be the forefront over some other player, to me, that's the way it should be. But I guess that's why I'm on your couch and not somewhere else.
This is the couch to be on.
This is the couch.
We are leading.
I do love your hoodie, though. I like that hoodie.
I was going to add a couple of dashes. I had a little whiteout pen at the crib, but I don't want to mess it up to maintain the integrity, because it's the 25th anniversary. I wanted to
I know,
add
I'm
them
there
extra
with you,
two.
but it's good.
But let's talk a little bit about WNBA Finals now. So Aces went up 2-0 in Vegas, went back to Brooklyn. Liberty got that much-needed win to keep the series alive. What did both teams show you in Game 3?
New York's really good at home. I think everybody knew that. I said going back home, they did what they were supposed to do, right? You got to win this game or your season's over.
Yep.
To me, JJ showed why she was the 2021 MVP. Like on both ends of the floor. She scored whenever she wanted to. Defensively, she owned the paint. I mean, just throwing shit out of there left and right.
Yes.
And it was beautiful to watch. That's what she does. I also thought Stewie had a better Game 3 than she had 1 and 2, because in Vegas, she didn't play well at all. And to me, Courtney Vandersloot, I'm a huge Courtney Vandersloot fan. I think she is the second best point guard in the league, because I think Chelsea Gray is the best point guard. But I will say, besides the players, the coach, Sandy Brondello, made some adjustments in Game 3 that I thought was the difference. By taking Stewie off of Asia and putting her on Chelsea Gray. That length that Stewie brings disrupted Chelsea's flow. Her shot, being able to pass the ball, being able to get in the paint, brilliant move. And then putting JJ on Asia, JJ's length bothered Asia offensively.
Yeah.
The part that I don't understand with the Aces, though, with Kia Stokes, you had Courtney Vandersloot guarding you in the paint. You got to score. You can't walk out of that game with a big old goose egg.
Yes, zero.
No way.
You can't do it.
No way.
Zero.
But is that the coach not seeing the actual mismatch? Is that
No.
because it
That's
can't be her to just
right?
call her own play?
That's
No.
players,
She can't
man.
call her own play.
Go get a bucket.
Come on,
Listen.
what? Mouse in the house. What?
In the middle
all day.
Mouse in the
Yes.
house.
with both Kelsey and come on, man.
Well, now, so here was part of the good thing for New York, because Stewie was on Chelsea. Chelsea couldn't really see, right? Because Stewie is long, but that ain't on the coach. That ain't on Becky. Kia, every other player on the floor, you got to see that. Whether that's Sabrina guarding Kia or Sloot guarding Kia,
Right.
it's a mismatch.
Definitely.
Whatever play the coach called,
We not
that's what
running
we
it.
did.
Yeah.
Like, we go to timeout, coach is like, run this. We like, okay. We get on the floor, we're like, y'all, no.
We were just talking about this last week. We were just talking about this last
that,
week.
bro. We literally
Like, you're in
talked about
timeout,
that.
you're like, all right, coach, we got you. But then you go on the floor, it's like, y'all know we ain't about to.
We dropped.
about to run that play.
And it worked. So at some point, you got to play basketball.
Yeah.
You know? So to me, that's what Sandy did. That's what New York did. And even though the Aces didn't play all that well, they still had, there was still a part where they could still win the game. I thought the biggest difference was when Chelsea got hurt.
Yeah.
You could see the Aces, they were all deflated, especially not knowing what happened to her. And, you know, Chelsea going out of the game was, whew, that hurt me.
Yeah. So it still remains uncertain. I mean, it probably looks like she'll at least miss game 4, if not the rest of the series. So how will the Aces replace Chelsea Gray's production? And how much does that hurt them now moving forward in this series?
Listen, the Aces they're still good. Mm-hmm. But Chelsea Gray is by far the head of the snake. Chelsea is just good, y'all. Like, she is just nasty.
Really good.
So to me, and Becky said it at her press conference, there's not one player that makes up for Chelsea not being in the game. So, you know, Sia Colson will probably get some minutes. Kirsten Bell will get some minutes. But, you know, it's got to be, Asia got to step up, Jackie, Kelsey. It's going to be a team effort because, listen, New York's chances of winning their first championship ever just got a lot better if Chelsea Gray cannot play.
I like Kelsey being able, I like her being able to step up to the plate now. She's kind of been playing behind the number 1 point guard. She's been kind of overshadowed, but when she needed to elevate her game, she has.
Well, she had 29 last night.
She does what she needs to do when she's forced to, right? And then Jackie, if Jackie's being aggressive, that opens up Asia, right? And it puts less pressure on the rest of the players when you got a 3-headed monster. Now, they was always a 4-headed monster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So which is the problem. They don't really have a bench.
They don't.
And now if Chelsea's out, you just lose another player. Here's the thing I personally don't like about Kelsey Plum having to play point. Like, to me, she's better when Chelsea is finding her versus her having the ball in her hand, having to, because you got to get Asia the ball, right? So now you're having to play point. You got to find Asia. You got to find Jackie. And because you're losing scoring, if Chelsea's out, you also got to find a way to get yourself going.
Yep.
It just, game 4 in New York.
Yeah, that's what usually happens with like scoring guards, right?
Yeah.
It's like the James Harden effect, right? When you have the score push the point, now they're gonna overthink. Like, I got to be the point guard, and you don't want to lose her scoring and her attacking.
Yes.
Trying to be a pure point, so you might have to just keep her at the shooting guard and bring somebody else in to do all the delivery so she can stay in her place, because you don't want to bring her in and then now she's overthinking.
Yep. And that, to me, that's what will happen. And then, Jackie Young can play some point, but even with Jackie, it's the same thing. Because game 1 and 2, the Aces guards destroyed the Liberty guards. And game 3 was different because of the defensive change that Sandy made.
Yeah.
I mean, coaches always say, next man, next woman up. And if Chelsea Gray cannot go, that's exactly what it has to be for the Aces.
Absolutely. But I feel this strongly about Kelsey Plum, is that she's going to have to go back to who she was originally. Coming into the league, she was a dual threat point guard scorer who can pass, who can do her thing, but when she's forced to be put to a regulated position, which is secondary to what she's normally doing, she comes in.
I don't need her to be that one.
She doesn't.
That first came into the league, because she shot everything.
She shot everything, right? So if you losing how much, 15 a game, is Chelsea?
8? Oh, Chelsea, yeah. 15.
Chelsea, 15.
But it's not about what she's scoring, it's about her production. So
efficiency.
Her leadership.
Yeah, you're losing, 15 plus the 7 assists plus 5 rebounds.
But the dimes that she drops and Asia out in transition, like not only are you losing that from Chelsea, but it changes everybody's game.
Yeah. That's why I say that adjustment for Kelsey is going to be to be a vet, be efficient, productive, do what the team needs. Like you said, if the coach is calling something that's taking us out of whack and out of the flow, let's huddle up and let's say, now let's go Asia a couple more times.
Yeah.
She's feeling it. She hasn't missed yet.
Yep.
You know, let's put them in the pick and roll. Let's do some pin downs. I think just when Chelsea can control the game the way she does, because she's one of those visionary point guards, right? She doesn't need a coach to tell. She knows what to do. Without her on the floor, who's the leader?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The rest
So
of
it's
the
going to
team.
force
It's
Kelsey
different.
it's going to feel, because as a point guard, you feel like that's your job, is to be the leader, and sometimes it's not.
Well, not only that, Becky has that trust and confidence in Chelsea.
Yes.
Right? She like, Chelsea got it.
Yeah.
You lose that if you lose Chelsea for the rest of the finals.
Yeah.
So you talked about Asia
Let's hope not.
being the face of the league. I think we all agree we're a pro Asia Wilson show. She's carrying the torch, following your
Good.
footsteps.
I walk off if
So,
you're
so
not.
she, so she recently reached out to Don Staley, who was her college coach, to get your number, to reach out to ask for some advice. So what advice did you give Asia Wilson?
Well, the first thing I told her was, I don't know why you reached out to Dom, because you should have my number. She just didn't save it, because I gave it to her. She didn't save it. I gave it to her. She just didn't save it. I was like, okay, not so important.
New phone? No, you never know. Technology. These kids be on some other shit.
That's what it was.
She went to Android. That's
That's what
all.
it
Don't be
was.
hating on the Androids. Androids is the
I'm
green bubble.
Android all day.
See, there we go.
So
Team Android.
don't do
Let's
that.
go.
I'm Android all
Yeah. I got both, so don't hate. Don't hate. I got blue and green. We got the blue and the green. Don't hate.
I'm not gonna tell you some of the stuff I told her because they're still playing.
Okay. We just need
and it applies to the finals. Actually, when she called me and we talked for a minute, I said, listen, at this point, it's not about schemes. Y'all know New York, they know you. Like, you gotta go hoop. But, I just said, you gotta be the great player that you are. You have to be aggressive from the beginning. It's the finals. Your mindset has to be, because this was mine when we played, your mindset has to be, they're coming to take something that you have, that championship. And so from the very beginning, you have to set the tone. So there's no second guessing about who is going to walk out of here with this. But the other part, to me, I said, and it has to be personal, right? Stewie won MVP. You were MVP last year. Stewie won MVP. Like, I'm just very honest, because if that's me, I'm like, that don't sit well with me. So you coming into my house, let me show everybody why they got this wrong. The first two games, I thought she went out, she did exactly what she needed to do. And I thought game 3 yesterday, I thought she tried to do more in certain parts of the game, because it's like, we're losing this game, now it's on me, let me go make it happen, instead of allowing the game to come to her.
Yeah.
But she's gonna have to do that and then some for game 4.
Yeah, game 4. Yeah.
So in light of these recent developments with Chelsea Gray, what's your prediction for the rest of the WNBA Finals? Do you think the Aces can still hold on and get it done, or they're gonna be in trouble?
I think it's gonna go 5 games. I think New York wins game 4. And so let me just say this. There's a lot of history there with the Comets and the Liberty, right? You know that. So I've never been a Liberty fan.
Okay.
I just don't want the Liberty to ever win.
We're on the West Coast, so we.
So I need the Aces to win. But I don't know about game 5. I really don't. Chelsea Gray makes that much of a difference.
20, was it 19, 20, 21 and 1 at home?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what Chelsea Gray.
Yeah. I mean, look.
I don't know. I'm not saying they can't. It just got a lot tougher. That's what I'll say.
Looking at the game last night, even when Chelsea was playing, they were down. They were trying to come back. She goes down. It makes it a little bit deeper of a hole. But I'm looking at, like you said, the adjustments that the Liberty made were such drastic adjustments that going into the next game, going into game 5, is to say they take game 4. Game 5 is going to be in Vegas.
Yep. On Friday. So there's one day in between.
It to me is going to be whose side are the refs on?
Ooh,
Refs.
yeah, because
the refs
we
are going to
all know
make
the
the
refs.
difference of the game. And then, usually when the refs are making the prediction of whose side to take is who's the most aggressive, who's playing at a certain pace. And it's about intelligent at that point. Who's the more intelligent team?
Who's getting buckets?
I agree. No, for sure. But we already talked about the Aces not having a bench, right? I mean, Alicia Clark comes off the bench. She's going to defend 1 through 5.
Yep.
And scoring-wise, Alicia's only going to give you maybe 7 to 10 points a game. My concern is, will they have enough scoring without Chelsea? Because again, not only does Chelsea distribute the rock, she scores. And if Sid Colson, plays minutes, Sid's a defender. Sid's not really a scorer like that. But listen,
you got to play out of body.
But listen, I'm not gonna
Rondo
count.
game 6.
I'm not
Rondo game
not
6.
counting her out.
It's going to be a grind and grit game, though. Like, my question is, can they play a slower paced game and still win? Like, last night was a slow paced game, and the New York Liberty controlled that pace. And if the Aces are used to playing at a pace where they're high scoring, everyone's involved, slow it down. Can you make that adjustment?
Yep.
That's really my question.
Because I talked about JJ. I don't think the Aces have an answer for her.
They don't.
So if she comes out, I know we're skipping game 4. I'm at game 5. If JJ comes out and does what she did in game 3, she was a beast.
She was. I love her game.
I said they lose by, Liberty lose by 12.
By 12?
Yeah.
Game 5?
5, yeah.
You putting some money on it?
Yeah, they be getting spanked out. They be getting spanked on the road.
You hit
And
the
you know
blunt
what?
if
Because they got
Why
spank
you always
spanked. They got spank
But you know
spanked
what?
game
Put it
too.
on it.
Spank.
That is a good point because they haven't been playing very well on the road. Like games 1 and 2, Sloot and Sabrina
No shit.
stayed in New York.
Yeah, they did.
Like they didn't even show up. So that could also be a factor. If they don't show up for game 5, if there is a game 5, then that's in the Aces' favor.
Yeah.
So we asked our chat, but
Don't
just
know
to
if I
preface
gave you the
it,
answer, but I don't know.
we asked our chat, but I got to preface, a lot of haters in the chat, a lot of fine people. It's like a 50-50 mix. They said 64% said the Aces were going to win the championship. 36% said Liberty. So they know,
with you.
They
I
feel
like
the
that.
beef you had.
Yes.
They feel that
Yes,
the eternal
come
beef. But let's keep this thing moving. Let's talk about you a little bit. We got you here, so we got to take advantage of that. So you were a member of the inaugural WNBA season. I think the first player to actually sign a contract.
I was.
Yeah.
I told you. When I
you-
came out, I was like, keep it coming.
Yeah. Keep it coming.
First question, when you signed that deal, did you have other players hitting you up trying to pocket watch to see what you got to try to negotiate theirs, or you just tell them mind your business?
No, it was interesting because when the W started, I don't know how many people know this, there was another league, the ABL.
Yeah.
So most of the players on that 96 Olympic team went to play in the ABL.
Yeah.
There was only, I think 3 of us. Myself, Rebecca, and Lisa were the only ones that didn't sign to play in the ABL. And there were players who were like, how can y'all not come play with us? But we had kind of heard that the NBA was starting a women's professional league. So I had conversations with Val Ackerman, who was the first president, because back then it wasn't commissioner, the first president, and also with the late David Stern. And so they had said, when the 96 Olympics are over, we want to sit down, have a conversation. So that's when I had a conversation with them. And I knew then, to me, that was the right thing to do, right? You have the NBA backing a league versus this other league that no one really knew. And the owners of it, there was no certainty behind it, right? And to me, if the NBA is backing something, I didn't know how long it would last, but it was a good look, right? With the NBA co-signing and backing it, and then the conversations I had. So the crazy thing is, I don't even know if that was important to me, like how much money am I about to make?
Right.
Yeah.
It was more about, damn, this is really happening.
Groundbreaking.
And I remember flying to New York, sitting down, had the contract, signed it. I was like, wow. And then longer after that I found out I was pregnant. So
Hey.
yeah, that was a different story. I was like, oh, now what? So, no, but we never, like those players never called. We never had a conversation. It was just the fact that I didn't have to go overseas and play, and I could stay here and make. No, it wasn't crazy money. It was decent living. I was happy. I got to stay home, and we were getting ready to start a women's professional basketball league. That was enough for me.
So dope.
So you talk about, year one, its inception. I remember ABL, and it's kind of like the ABA and NBA. ABA may have had the better talent at a certain point, but you knew David Stern was going to let it ride. He was going to get his David Stern on and squash whatever competition it was.
And he did that real quick. It was like the AB who? He did that real quick.
But for you, being there for year one, now being able to go to games year 27 and see the impact that you made, what does that mean to you just to be one of the OGs in the game and to see the current crop of women now carrying this torch for the future of the league?
I mean, it's a great feeling. The league started in 97. I had my son in 97. I always tell people I feel like I had two kids, right? My son and then the league. Because I take a lot of pride in where the league is today, continuing to try to promote the league and talk about the league. The part that I don't think we've done a very good job with, and I think it's better on the NBA side, is just knowing the history. Like, Teresa Weatherspoon just got hired as a Chicago Sky coach. And me talking to some of the players, like how does that make you feel? Are you excited about it? Because I tweeted about it. I think I was more excited. And to hear players say, I don't really know who she is. Like, I get not knowing certain players, but she's one of those players that you should absolutely know.
1,000,000%.
So then I look at myself and I'm like, we have to do a better job of making sure the up and coming players, the younger players, they know the history of the game. And then even when you look at college and these women who say, I want to go play in the WNBA, but you can't name 5 players in the league. Like that, it pisses me off. But then I'm like, we have to be better. So there's a great sense of pride that I have and I feel in being around the league and being around the game and continuing to talk about it. But there's so much more work that we still have to do.
Yeah, that was my my research when I was, girls basketball, high school, middle school.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember when the draft came up. I said, anybody watch the WNBA? Right? Draft, and about 50 girls, only 4 said yes. Right? And I'm like, all right, and it was like, where's Paige Buckner? I was like, oh, no, she's a freshman. She can't go into the draft till she's a senior.
They don't understand.
But you have to stay in school 4 years? Like, they didn't know none of that. Right? So, high school girls don't know they have to go to college for 4 years. Like,
because they watch the NBA, and they're like, but NBA guys can leave early.
And that's what it is.
And it's the same thing with even like the Final Four this year. And listen, the NIL deals have totally changed, especially on the women's side, right? I think it's great, but it's totally changed like the trajectory of women's sports. And to hear like Angel Reese say, I'm not leaving college to go to the pros, right? Because she's making more money in NIL deals than she would going to the league. But here's the problem with that statement. First of all, you can't go to the league right now. Like, you weren't eligible to go to the WNBA last year. You have to go to college one more year. Now, this year, if she chooses to go back, I think she can because of COVID and all of that. But again, that's the educational piece that those young girls, they don't know. They hear the Angel Reeses talking about, I'm not leaving. And in their minds, like, oh, well, so I can leave early to go play pro. But no, you can't. You have to go to college for 4 years. But we don't do a good enough job of educating young girls, making sure that they understand that.
Man, that's big time right there.
It's such a disconnect. It's such a disconnect. And it's like...
it's a disconnect. And it's sad when you think about a player in college who's making millions of dollars off of NIL deals who says, I'm in no, and I get it. Like, I'm in no rush to go to the WNBA because I'm making more money in college than a professional female basketball player.
Yes.
Well, the dynamic is completely different if you really think about it. Like Angel Reese is like a goddess on her campus compared to what she would be if she went to a WNBA. She would just not necessarily be just another player.
She would be.
But she wouldn't be the star that she is in college.
She would be just another player in the WNBA the first few years.
First few years, yeah.
Because, and listen, I say this because people are like, oh, you just hating. I have no reason to hate. Like I told somebody else, I've been there, done that. You're trying to get to where I've been. The reason why I say that is because, like, people are fighting for jobs. And there aren't a lot of spaces, not a lot of spots. Right. People are fighting for jobs. So Angel Reese coming to the WNBA, like, it's not gonna be what people think it's gonna be her first couple of years in the W. And there's so many players that I could point to that's happened to when they came out. Sabrina left Oregon, and when she graduated, came to the WNBA, people were like, oh my gosh, she's gonna take the WNBA by storm. Like, I don't think people truly understand how good these women are.
Right.
Like, no, you don't just leave college and come to the W and do what you did in college.
Right.
Like, these are fully grown-ass women who are good, right? And they're like, no, I can't wait for you to get to the league.
100%.
That's what it is.
You got first-round picks not
Lunch
making
meat.
rosters. I mean,
Yeah.
it's wild.
Lunch meat.
We talk about
That's what
that a lot.
it is.
So your Common Squad, I think it's safe to say, first super team, WNBA history, 4 straight champions. Four straight champions. Y'all started out as a super team.
You don't, no.
Okay,
That
well, you did not?
Super team, like that, somebody made that up. Somebody on the NBA side.
1997.
Started that.
1997, y'all was a super team.
No, but she's saying the
wasn't
word
the
was made up.
terminology.
Yeah, that wasn't the terminology.
We didn't
champs.
leave to go make a super team.
You were
Yeah,
champs.
you're right.
Listen.
But that talent, y'all deserved y'all own little game.
But let me clarify that. So Tina Thompson was the first player drafted, right? And so when the league started to grow the fan base, players were allocated to teams from areas they're from. So I'm from Texas. So they were like, oh, you're going to Houston.
Yep.
I was like, okay. And then the coach got to pick another player. So Coach Chancellor was like, oh, I'm going to take Cynthia. He called her Cooper. I'm going to take Cynthia Cooper, right? Cynthia had been playing overseas. So any other team could have picked her, right? So I was first. He picked Coop, and then Tina was drafted. But a player people totally don't know is Jeanette Arcane, who's from Brazil, who was everything.
Arcane was a
So my point being, yeah, when you look at that now, people probably like, oh my God, you guys are a super team. But somebody made that terminology up.
Okay. But assemble,
But I got you.
like the Warriors,
Media.
kind of, I would say.
That's-
Built.
That's not, yeah.
Homegrown, home built.
A super team is when
Y'all started that super team stuff on the NBA side.
Yeah, super team is when you leave and
Yes.
go connect with each other.
Yes.
If you're at home,
You can't make a homegrown super
No.
team?
No.
What do
The
you call it?
Lakers and the
Bria.
Celtics have had super teams.
Yeah, those are
since
super.
the
Those are super
70s,
teams. Like,
80s.
but what I'm saying is, when you're drafting your own
Drafted
players,
Magic, drafted
and you guys are
Magic.
creating your dynasty, right? It's just a dynasty.
That's it.
It's a
It's not a
dynasty.
super team.
Dynasty.
Okay.
Breonna Stewart leaving Seattle to go to New York. Courtney Vandersloot leaving Chicago to go to New York. Jonquel Jones leaving Connecticut to go to New York.
That's
They
the
built
super-
the super team.
Yeah,
So when you look at the super teams now,
that's the super team.
That's the
So
super
you know,
team.
if you leave and create super team,
so are we saying,
if we all got drafted, it's the original term.
so the Warriors are,
Dynasty.
not, Warriors are not a super team, they're a
Dynasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a super team when Kevin Durant came.
Okay, but that
before
was
that dynasty. Now
before and
dynasty.
after.
Now
still?
So the Spurs,
Yeah.
Spurs are a dynasty.
Dynasty.
Okay.
The Celtics.
Now we got to figure it out.
2000, was that 2000?
Super team.
Super team. Okay.
So we got the Aces and the Liberty.
He is like, okay, whatever, but let's go. Okay.
No, these guys give me a hard time lining this Monday. But we got the Aces and the Liberty leading the new super team charge. Do you think that's good or bad for the league?
I don't know what the league thinks. I personally don't like it. Listen, I want to play against the best.
Talk
I want
about
to
it.
beat the best.
Talk about it.
I don't want to go build this great team and just dominate. Because I don't.
It's
And
boring.
especially right now, right? Because, yeah, we just added a new expansion team for 2025 in the Bay Area, which will be good. But no, it is boring, right? It's boring. Like, what?
It's boring.
It seemed like that's how the NBA started.
That's why I was
What?
boring. That's why
Boston and Magic. Boston and Lakers. Out of 10 years, between the two of them, 8 championships.
So are you saying they were super teams or they were dynasties?
They were dynasties, but they were better than everybody else, right? So it was just them two every year.
But that, to me, that's still different. They were better than everybody else, but players didn't leave here and go to the Lakers.
But what it does is, wouldn't it irritate everybody else to want to compete? Like, if I'm an owner and I'm losing my players because I don't want to pay, it makes me now want to say, all right, I'm going to jump on board. Now I'm going to start paying to keep
There's only so many teams that can do that, I feel.
They're all billionaires.
Okay, you're talking NBA side.
No. I looked at the WNBA. They got money. They need to stop playing.
They do have
You need to listen to
it's
it's 10 billion.
They do have money.
The lowest one is about at like 900
They do have money.
billion. So they need to go ahead and open up the wallets, stop playing.
So if there are more super teams, then okay, I'm cool with it. But like right now, the narrative is great, right? The commissioner's happy. The 2 teams that everybody wanted to be in the finals are in the finals, the 2 super teams. But like the Aces dominated. Like I stopped watching games because I'm like, they're gonna beat them by 30. To me, that's boring basketball, and that to me is bad for the game.
Okay.
Because people already like look at the WNBA and they're like, oh, well, they're boring. I don't want to watch. And then if they just somebody for the first time happens to tune in to a game where the Aces are beating whoever, I won't say a team because they'll be like, why you picked that team, right? The Aces are beating somebody by 30. They're like, this is why I don't watch women's basketball.
Yeah. Well, they got the best coach. They got Candace Parker on the bench. Like, you got Asia. you got all.
I'm not mad about her.
Don't get mad at me because I'm signing.
They got a lot of
Mark Davis
advantages.
breaking bread.
But think about
Mark Davis is doing exactly what he should do.
Absolutely.
I love everything about it. By far, to me, the best organization, the best owner. He takes care of his players. He brings in former players. So, the Aces used to be Utah, which was in San Antonio. Now they're the Aces. So Mark Davis was like, anybody that's ever played for this organization, I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to put you up. I'm going to take care of you. He paid for a former player's wedding. Like, he takes care of his own, and I ain't mad about it.
Right.
Do you think
we need more owners like that?
Do you think that's one thing just the W's missing, that the founders are not a part of it? They're not part of the ownership. They're not general managers. They're not coaching. Like you, Lisa,
I do.
Y'all shouldn't be in college basketball.
Yeah, Lisa
should be. All y'all should be here.
But do you know why? Do you know why Dawn Staley is at South Carolina and not in the WNBA? Because she getting paid.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Is that the difference? What about Lisa at the Big 3?
That she shouldn't be in the Big 3. Like, why are you in the Big 3? I have a league here. I need, like,
and it goes to creating super teams. You got Becky, who is a credible, like, magnet. You want you want magnetism, right?
Yeah.
How do you get that magnetism if you Derek Fisher's not gonna? Derek Fisher's not.
That's why I brought up Spoon. So to your point, it frustrates me because I do think the league should do more to keep former players involved, whether that's at the league office, being over whatever it is, or with a team. So when I look at the Aces organization, they have Becky, who's a coach, Jennifer Azzi, who played in the league, Natalie Williams, who played for the league. They're all in the front office. Nikki Fargas, who was the coach at LSU, she's at the front office. Like, Mark Davis went out and said, I'm going to bring all these women.
Absolutely.
Come on, do it.
Yep.
And I love to see former players involved, whether that's coaching or front office, because to me, nobody can teach these young women what it means to be a professional athlete better than someone who's done it, right?
Yep.
And that's everything from playing, what it takes, retirement. Are you planning for retirement? Let me tell you what I did or didn't do. Like, to me, it's bigger than basketball. It's bigger than teaching them the game. It's about teaching them life, right? And so just making those connections and I think there's a miss, right? And it's not to take anything away from the other coaches, but you go coach somewhere else. Like let some of us do
coach
it.
in college. Like,
And so to your point, right? Yeah, Lisa Leslie coaching in the Big Three. Some people are like, oh, it's great for the game. What game?
What game?
Right, what game?
Yes.
I look at Swin Cash with the Pelicans, right? Swin's role and what Swin has done for that organization is phenomenal. So people are like, do you think Becky Hammon should go coach in the NBA if she's given that opportunity? I say no. Because to me, if they're good enough to go do it, coach, front office, VP operations, if they're good enough to do it on the NBA side, why do we want to lose them on the women's side? We need them, right? Like we need them over here because there's so much they have to offer, so much they have to teach, so much they can do.
Yes.
So I was like, no, and I get it. The money is better, but no, stay right here.
We fighting for something. Like I've always said it when I used to see Candace and I can't remember her name, plays for the Lakers, always on the panel, TNT. They're talking basketball, NBA basketball, right? And I'm like, okay, when you turn to the WNBA, you know, you got Lawson, you got Rebecca up there, but they can only do so much when you want a diverse panel of women talking sports, right? And I always said, like, why is it that Candace and the other girls are fighting so hard to be on the NBA stage when the WNBA needs you? We need growth, we need expansion, we need promotion and marketing. But if you're always fighting to be next to us, it's gonna be hard for us to hand down to you when you're always sitting next to us. And the complaint was with Draymond, I remember Draymond saying, like, we're not gonna give y'all no money. We're not gonna do this, we're not gonna do that, because it's like, well, y'all got a whole market that's untapped with beauty supplies and all the things that women spend money on. And it's like, how can this not be tapped into when you're not even putting your energy as women into it collectively?
Well, I think a lot of it is also stuff like this, like conversation, like talking about it, like bringing it to the forefront. And I think back to what we talked about earlier, now it's like the thing to do, right? So I think all these different companies, these beauty companies, they're now looking at the WNBA. They're now looking at these women saying, you know what, there's an opportunity there. Like, these women are tough and they're strong, but they're also beautiful. Like, not only should we be doing endorsements for sneakers and sports apparel, like, listen, I'm gonna do my lashes, I'm gonna get my nails done. I'm gonna get my hair done. No, I'm just saying. So, like, I feel like there has been a missed opportunity there. But I think people look at it like, again, like a Swin Cash and say, well, you all should be happy because we're giving Swin an opportunity
Integration.
to work with the men, to work on the NBA side. And my response to that is, well, who are you doing a favor for? And it's not to say that Swin doesn't deserve it, because everybody loves her and she's really good at what she does. But when I look at our league, I'm like, damn, we need her. She could help us. She could help grow this league. She could help grow any franchise, any organization. And I think we will eventually get there, but I'll also say this, and then we can move on. There is lack of opportunity on the WNBA side, right? There aren't enough teams, there aren't enough roster spots, so it's like people are like, well, there's more opportunity on the NBA side than the WNBA side. And so I think that's why when opportunity comes, people are like, I gotta go.
But we talk about opportunity for our former players, having the opportunity to actually coach or assistant coach. As many as there are behind the bench, you only have a select few that's in the. It is a lot, but
now, right?
But go ahead,
Paying for nothing. You're giving you. Okay, so like when I went back to the Wizards, right, and everyone's. I'm like, man, is that the Wu-Tang Clan back there? Like, I'm like, what is this? And I was like, where's all these players coming? Like, all these ex-players. I'm like, what is this? And they were like, yeah, we got a coach for every player now. So a coach taps in with the player. He's responsible for that player. And I was like,
wow.
Finally. Finally. I said, all the training I did by myself, the fact that you have someone, like, if we had this for the players that was on my team, we would have been so much better.
Wow.
Like, this is the fact that these guys still can't shoot, that boggles me down. With personal coaches, that just blows my mind, right? You got all these personal coaches, and
Gil got a big
this is
deal.
still how you shoot. Okay, that's
So is that on the player or the coach?
both at this point. I mean, you got personal assistants that helps you rebound. Like, that's I had to hire ball kids from high school.
Yeah.
Right. So this is 2005.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to. It's that thing like when we start getting the money, we'll start doing it. No.
Yeah.
First, you're already losing, right? If you're already in the negative, go in the negative more to make it happen.
Right.
Right? It's just like anything. If I need to turn over myself, if I want to be a king, I have to act like one.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
someone can make
Yeah.
one. Same thing with the W. Like, you have to go push out the product. I need this. Yeah, I might lose 2, 3, 4 million this year, but over time it's going to translate into success. So that turns into money. You have to do it to receive it. You can't, you know what I mean? And I don't think they get that part.
Yeah.
I don't think they get that you have to lose before you win. Like if you're gonna, make it a tax write-off, make it a big one then.
And they just
Like, I'm not gonna go into negative 100,000. I'm just going to negative 10 million to make a point. I'm not making any money now. Well, all tickets free. Tickets is free. Come on in. Come on in. I need to make this building rocking so you can put us on TV.
Yeah.
Put us on TV every game because you see my atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like, someone needs to push it to the limit to.
And the NBA is just not getting it. They just now getting what he's saying. Like, maybe the
NBA
last
just
2 years, they start bringing in the former players because we are now voicing that. We're saying, like, look, man, y'all just brung in who? And you gave him this job, and you left Rasheed out, and Reggie Miller, and Kenny Smith, and all these dudes are analysts on these shows. Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, Penny Hardaway. These are all coaches that have to resort to going back to college.
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing on the Orlando bench for all them years, and then they're like, well, Pat, you Pat.
I know. So like, and that's the thing. Like, I think every former player should be given an opportunity.
Yes.
But there are certain players, like a Patrick Ewing.
No brainer.
Yeah, like there are certain players that if Pat picked up the phone and called, you should be like, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do, Pat?
Yeah.
And think about that. Pat can pick up a phone, right? Let's give him the New York Knicks job.
Yeah.
Right? Pat can pick up a phone. Now think about what that coaching staff will look like.
Oh my gosh.
Just him. What do you think the coaching staff will look
Oh my
like?
gosh.
You're gonna have Reggie Miller. You will have you will have elite minds to help him.
Who is, and I'm getting off for a second.
Are you good?
Like what Dion is doing, that's my vision is like, who is that in the NBA or even WNBA?
Right.
None.
Because Dion has given a lot of people opportunity.
Yes, yeah. Yes, he has.
And he has, in a very short period of time, completely turned that program around. When you got sidelined full of celebrities. So just like that helps him in recruiting, you could do the same thing on the NBA, WNBA side with bringing free agents.
100%.
They don't. That's what I said. They don't get. They really don't. I've had conversations. They don't get it. I do the research. Like most of the NBA championships, if you look at the coaches, they were former basketball players at some point.
Yep.
Right. Pop played in the Army.
Yep.
He was intelligence. Like, so he understands the mind. Like Rick Carlisle. Like.
Yep.
your championships are won by ex players.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Kerr.
Phil Jackson.
Like when you think about
Phil Jackson,
Pat
Steve
Riley.
Kerr.
but they don't look at it. They don't look at the details in their things. Like you have to really like sit back and say, okay, this is my business. I'm investing in greatness. If I want my players to be great, I need a great coaching staff.
Yes.
I need great mentors. I need everything. Like I need the apex of everything to be on this sideline. Like I can't just hire this person and then who is he going to hire? What is his background? What is his This is a friend of a friend
Not
of a
only
friend.
that, what is he bringing to the table?
Just besides being my friend.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why when I ask players about Spoon, the excitement of it is her mindset and her competitiveness. And no, she didn't win a championship, but she was there. She gets it. She understands it. And this is the part where I would say she was part of the Pelicans coaching staff. So she has she has all the tools that it's going to take to build an incredible organization at Chicago if they give her time to do it, but also the people that she will be able to put around her because of the respect that former players have for her and other people too. To me, she could be the Deion Sanders of the WNBA.
Had to have open wallet policy.
I don't know about that.
No, even with this show, right? When we talk, and I say, hey, if you want me to build a great show, don't tell me what I can and can't put on it, right? If I think if somebody in the staff says they need this camera, that's the camera we're gonna get.
Yeah.
We're not even negotiating about it, right? If this is the person we need to go hire, our producer, don't
do it.
Don't tell me
And
yes
if you
or no.
want to be great, you gotta be able to do that.
I'm not even gonna ask you. I'm not asking you for your approval. I'm telling you this is what I need.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how it has to be. If you say, all right, you're gonna be my head coach. All right. Don't tell me who I need to put on my team then.
Right.
I'm gonna go interview and I'm gonna hire my assistant, my this and this and this. And I think sometimes when you hire a head coach and then he's limited, he's thinking about his job. Right? So now when he thinks about his job, he's going to pick, I'm sorry, dummies around him because they're not going to challenge. Right? No, I need smarter people than me because at some point I'm going to be looking here. They're going to be looking at the bench. They're going to be looking at this one. I say, all right, get in. I need my coach to say, hey, nah. He been doing bottle flips the whole time.
He ain't paying
ready.
attention. He ain't paying attention.
Right? And then, versus them just saying, hey, that's a good one, coach. Like, no, man, that's not a good one. Now I got to watch the film. Like, yo, how'd you let me sub him in?
Right.
You need greatness to heighten greatness. And I don't think, organizations is doing a great job at that.
That's a great point.
Accountability is everything.
Yeah.
Right? But the one thing is with the coaching staffs is when you have that job and you are invested in keeping that job, it's literally, let me die on my shield, let me die on my sword because I'm going to pick my team. We're going to get the credit for this because of the way we did it, or you're going to criticize me.
And if it don't work out, that's on me too.
Fire me. You know what I'm saying? I put this team together, I did all this, but if you're putting things into my web that I don't think belong, like a fitness trainer or a nutritionist that just doesn't mesh. And all my guys are either sick or injured all the time. And it's like, man, let me bring my guy in.
It's already handicapped from the beginning.
It's handicapped from the beginning.
That I know, I trust. I know we're gonna work together. He or she will be what I need. I don't think, to your point, I don't think enough organizations, and to me, that's on both sides. I don't think enough organizations see that and understand this is what we need to do if we want to be great and if we want to win.
Isn't Warren Sapp? Warren Sapp is going with Deion. That's what that brings. Because as much as you talk about what he's doing, every time a media goes at him, someone who's a star, who used to be a star, sitting at home is like, I'm about to help him. Right? I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna go help him. Right? Warren Sapp, there's gonna be someone else. Even kids he's recruiting. There's kids that's recruiting is like, I was gonna go to Oregon, but how they did that, now I'm gonna go here now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that's what that's what that does.
Yep.
Right? You trigger other great minds
Yep.
to say, I see what he's doing. I'm gonna go help him now.
I don't even like really do football like that, but I do Colorado.
Yeah, me too.
And
all it was.
And a lot of it, honestly, is because I'm like, let me see who's showing up today.
Yes.
Who's coming? Who's gonna be on the sideline today?
Come on now. Let's think about it. Let's think about it.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp, Michael Irvin, two of his best friends.
Yes.
T.O. been
T.O.
T.O.
Like, think about it as a player. Now, these ain't guys that are too far gone because Mike keeps himself relevant. Warren is going to be Warren. But it's Deion Sanders. Then you got Michael Irvin telling you as a receiver what you need to do.
Yes.
You got Warren Sapp telling you as a defensive player what you need to do. You got Deion Sanders in the back. Like, he's covering all the bases, right? Imagine if he bring Emmitt Smith in there.
Okay.
Imagine if he brings Troy Aikman in there. Imagine he brings Steve Young in there. It's like, what?
And you're talking about all athletes.
Yep.
But what about people who are showing up who aren't athletes?
There you go.
If you're just I'm just a fan. So there are times when I see just like celebrities, actors, singers on the sideline. I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Never seen anything like, you never seen anything like it.
it's crazy.
Never seen anything like it. It's
But you know what I love is that Deion is Deion.
Yeah, never change.
Like he just continues to be Deion. And to your point, when we were talking about changing lives, not just on the court or the field, that is what Deion is doing.
Yep.
And to me, when you talk about sports and coaches, that's what it should be. Because your careers go in at some point.
Yeah.
Your playing career is going to end at some point. Has that coach prepared you for life after your career's over?
That's all it's about.
Has what Colorado did. You got to think Colorado first.
Colorado.
What Colorado did is WNBA, right? I don't know how I'm gonna pay you. I don't know how. But I'm gonna write the check. You know, I'm gonna write this check. I don't need you to put it all in at once, but we gonna get it to you. And that's what it takes.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how we can't afford you right now.
Yeah.
But we believe in your talent and we gonna make it up to you. So here it is.
And we're going to let you be you.
We're gonna let you be you.
That's
and
an investment.
Yeah.
But you see what
high risk, high reward investment.
Yes, it is.
And that's what I think. That's what creates the greatness of organizations. That you have to take the chance to say, "Hey, look, I want to build championships, and I don't know how we're gonna afford you, but this is what I'm gonna pay you, right? And we're gonna get to it. Just here now, do you
Go
right?
back to the Lakers when they got Shaq. When they paid Shaq that money, got him out of Orlando. They had to kind of promise Shaq, like, hey, man, I don't know how we're going to win a championship, but we got this boy named Kobe Bryant. We just got him. And Jerry West is telling us that he's the one that's going to take us there, but we need you, big fella.
We got some buildings. We can sell you. I got a building here.
I know Disney. We're going to get you a couple movies.
You like coffee? I got some coffee for you, man. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of organizations that are trying to be great and win championships, Damian Lillard made his debut with the Bucks Sunday against the Lakers. Gave the basketball world a glimpse of what the freak time era will look like. Lillard was only 3 for 10 from the field, finished with 14 points, but Giannis dropped 16 in 15 minutes, went 7 for 10. After the game, Dame reflected on his first appearance with the Bucks and what it was like playing with the two-time MVP.
Having another guy out there that's just dominant, you know, like he can dominate a game and win you a game. So, you know, we come out first play of the game, first couple plays, and they blitz me. You know, they trap me, and the guy that I'm releasing the ball to is Giannis. So I'm just like, we can do this all night. You know what I mean?
So Giannis also had some high praise for Dame in his post-game press conference as well.
I've been with the Bucks for this is my 11th season. I've never seen from the first play of the game somebody being double teamed, you know, and it was a surprise. It's a preseason game. It's not the playoff game.
Not the
It's
playoff.
the regular season game. It's not the in-season tournament game. Playing games. It's a preseason game, you know. And he was double teamed, so it's insane.
Yeah.
So Giannis also dropped a tweet of the Bucks' new big three, plus Malik Beasley, excuse me, in the background, said the season can't start soon enough. That's a nice looking squad.
Ooh.
So Gil, start with you. Thoughts on Dame's debut with the Bucks?
No, I thought I knew the whole move was going to be great because both players are getting something that they need to keep thriving. Him getting doubled, in preseason is just a game plan that they were used to. That team, we're gonna double them as soon as he come off a pick and roll. And when the season starts, what ends up happening is whatever you were doing with Dame in Portland, you're gonna have to change now. And what's gonna happen is he's gonna probably be doubled because that's what we're used to doing, right? Not realizing, right, that you have to update your playbook also to cover this matchup. So they're going to get off to a really good start. And when December comes around and everyone has to adjust, that's when Dame and Greek is going to adjust to everybody else, and it's going to be that Amari Stoudemire Nash look, and trust me, that was a very hard cover.
Ooh.
Well,
I see the glasses. I see the ring.
Because I just said this shit the other day. I said, we're going to double both of them. We're going to double them both. But that was me in my defensive mind of what I would do as far as how the defense should be prepared for two stars like this. Well, it ain't like we haven't seen two stars play on the same team before. But the one thing that's not going to happen is the defense is not going to play defense like we know should be played. Defense in the NBA is not where it used to be, where we had strategies and schemes to stop two powerful players. And even when you did like Amari and Steve Nash, you couldn't because they spread the floor and they made sure they made you pay on the weak side. And that's what we was talking about as far as taking the ball out of Giannis's hands, rotating quickly off that pick and roll, making him make a play. And last night in preseason, he made it early, which is going to make it tough for every single team to play that way. You're going to have to actually let Dame come off the pick and roll. You're going to have to make the switch and stay with your own and make Dame either get 30, 35, and hope that he has a bad shooting season, But it's like if you're going to play double and let Giannis be Giannis on the weak side with mismatches, it's going to be tough for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Chris Middleton, you got Bobby Portis who can hit shots. You know what I'm saying? You got Brook Lopez who can hit shots. So that's what takes them over the top with all the other teams. Is the Dame puts pressure on your defense, either the front two or the back two. It don't matter. But my little prediction that I had. I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that motherfucker. It ain't that it don't work. Now, I really feel like if you on the backside and you're rotating early and you get out of that double team and you get to the weak side quickly, there's still a chance for them to still not make a play. But I don't think that the NBA plays hard enough right now defensively to stop them two like that.
They don't play defense until the playoffs. So, listen, I'm happy for Dame. I don't know if anybody ever thought he would really truly leave Portland. And what was it, 2 years ago? Was that 2 years ago Milwaukee won?
Yeah.
Championship? I think Dame, to your point, two things. Giannis is exactly what Dame has been needing. Dame, no doubt, is hungry for a championship. I think he is on a squad now that he could possibly get his first championship. That 1-2 combination with Dame and Giannis is going to be ugly. So when he's talking about it's preseason and they're doubling Dame already, they're practicing.
Yep. They are. They want to see what happens.
Yeah, like, is this what we're going to do when the regular season starts? I don't know. To me, the scary thing, though, is I don't even know if Giannis has really played up to his ability.
There you go.
And by adding Dame, I think that just takes Giannis's game to a whole different level. Like Milwaukee's gonna be.
What's funny?
Once he get that Hakeem Olajuwon footwork down,
did he travel?
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it in a second.
I'm just saying. Once he get his shit right, like you said,
What's funny is every time I've said what you just said, right, everyone kills me for it. Not realizing as an athlete, we can watch a player and say, ooh, he has more in his tank, right? And they're like, oh, who are you? He's a champion. He's a two-time MVP.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
But I'm saying he can get better. What is y'all problem? I'm saying he's this. Yeah. He can get better.
Oh my God.
And if he gets better, he's gonna be this. Like I didn't know that was a bad thing.
He really could be unstoppable.
And that was the conversation with him saying about Embiid. Like we have, like between me and him, like he has the takes that everyone understands, and I have the takes that everyone misunderstands. I believe.
Oh.
And
okay.
when I go into my conversations with him about certain things, he'll say, Joel Embiid, if he played a little bit harder and
that part.
If he played with Giannis's motor, he would be.
No, you're 100% correct.
Right. And
I say that all the time.
And if Giannis actually created some offense down low in the post with that energy, he would be next level. So these are two different takes that are similar, very similar, with just, energy, effort, but also detail.
It's like Embiid just kind of goes through the motions.
And because we played, I can see what Vince Carter would look like with Kobe's mindset. Right? I know what Shaq will look like.
Oh, that's scary.
With the Kobe's mindset, right? Like
scary.
And so when you say it and people are like, whoa, he's top 50, he should be number 1.
Right.
Like, why are you mad at me?
Top 50, but he should be top.
Like, why are you getting mad at me because I said he can be number 1? Like, you're making it seem like I'm saying he sucked. I'm saying, no, he's great, but if he did this,
so much better.
Like, he would be so much better. It's like some guys are just so gifted that their gifts hinder them from seeing themselves in real time. Like I'm telling you, like if he took himself out and say, all right, I'm this good, just playing the way I'm playing now.
Yeah.
If I really decide to buckle down and really detail, boom, 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 where can I be? That's what I'm seeing. Where you could be. You can be here. Don't get mad at me because I'm saying it.
Right.
Like, that's
push it to the limit.
Push it to the limit. I see how good you are, but I see so much more.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So if you're the Bucks, how are you maximizing Giannis and Dame to get the most out of the offense?
What?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What do I need to do? How am I maximizing?
How are you maximizing Giannis and Dame to get the most out of the offense?
Dame, Giannis, play. What do you mean? like play. Like 48. I'm maximizing by putting him 48 minutes. Never subbing them out. That's what I'm doing because at this point, I think Giannis is at the point where he wants more wins. Dame wants his first wins. That alone is maximizing. They're both hungry. These are not guys who are satisfied where they are because they need more. Someone needs one needs more. So it's like, y'all going to go out there play. I don't need to sit here and draw up a whole bunch of plays because y'all are going to see it faster than I can draw it up. I don't have to worry about you guys or this team itself lacking something. You guys' hunger is going to maximize everybody. You guys are going to come in here wanting to practice every day, wanting to do whatever it takes to win. So, this is the easiest coaching job that, that coach is going to have. All he has to do is just manage time, manage days off, and just making sure, are we going to stay in Miami a little bit longer than we go to Orlando? That's his job right now. That's his job. The flight schedule. That's where he's going, where we going to go with. That's it, coach. Other than that, they're going to do what they're going to do.
There is an elephant in the room, though. Because we had to. It's not my saying though. I don't want people get it fucked up. It's not me saying it. It's just what's being said. How you gonna make up for the defensive lack of presence of Drew Holiday, all defensive? When Dame gets there, Dame's gotta pick up the pieces there. How you lose Grayson Allen, you lose Drew Holiday, 2 defensive pieces, right? So if Dame is going to pick up that piece, does he make all defensive? Does he pick it up to that type of pace? I think that he's always wanted to. I don't think he's been pushed to have to because you're in Portland and you're carrying the bulk of the offensive load It's not a responsibility, need to say. But now you're on a championship type team that's had that. Can you do that?
Do you need to?
I'm not asking if he needs to, but because you say about the defense in the back, like
that's what I'm saying.
I've
heard the conversations, and to me, it's a pointless one because okay, he brings defense in 18 points, and he doesn't bring any defense. He brings 30-some points plus his one-on-one skill. Like he overweighs whatever he's going to lose. How many guards are going to outscore Dame? So for the most part, he's going to win his matchup, right?
But is your matchup strategically on offense? Is it just an offensive matchup that you're winning because there is defensive field goal percentage, defensive three-point field goal percentage? All of these things are things that Drew Holiday brought to the table.
But he didn't. Yeah, but he didn't bring what Dame is bringing. So why does he need to be Drew Holiday when they got rid of Drew Holiday? So whatever Drew Holiday brung, they were like, we don't want it.
Is that what happened?
First team, all defense. We don't want it. We need someone to score. Giannis has trouble scoring when they buckle down. Defensive wise, I have 3 people who play first team. So I already have Pippen, Jordan, and Robin back there. Steve Kerr don't need to play no defense.
But the difference is, are you going to outscore everyone?
No.
All season long?
But I don't need to. We're not acting like we have one defender back there. I already have 3 more. Right? I have 3. I lost 1, cool, make it 4. I got 3.
But I think
it's like Curry, right? As much as you want to sit there and target Curry, you can't because the rest of his team.
He got help.
But they did target him.
And how did that work out?
They won
4 championships.
No, they targeted him in Cleveland, and that was when they won. They targeted him.
No, but what I'm saying, they target him everything, but they've won 4 championships, right? Listen, when you
because I'm a huge Steph fan, but Steph ain't the best defender.
Yeah.
But to your point, they won championships. Yeah. But I think Dame is. Like, I feel like Dame's like, he got something to prove, right?
For sure.
Because he's here in the top 2. Everybody, Drew Holiday's hell of a defender. But I think Dame, at some point, though, it becomes personal.
Yes.
So Dame steps up and is like, okay, let me just show you. I'm not all about scoring. There's other stuff I can do. But to your point, that ain't why they brought him there.
Right.
Like, Coop used to say this all the time. She was like, God ain't put me on this earth to play defense.
She played no defense.
She's like, God didn't coach. God ain't put me on earth to play defense. He put me on earth to score. And I'm going to do that. And so, because we knew Coop was going to get beat almost every possession.
God damn.
And what's going to happen?
But we were ready. Like, we were ready. So it was like, all right.
Team defense.
Yeah.
You said it perfect. The hardest person to score on, like as a scorer, who are you going to protect more, right? As a team, if Dame is playing defense, you guys going to set up the rest of your defense for him getting beat.
Yes.
Drew Holiday gets to play one-on-one.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to go against Drew Holiday versus Dame because if I'm going against Drew Holiday, the back line is not ready for him to get beat.
Right.
So when I beat him, it's easy. Dame, they're prepared for him to get beat. So when I beat him, here comes Giannis, here comes, like, it's harder. So whenever I did my matchups, I have Damon Jones here, right? You can see the back line. Rayjaw's ready, LeBron's ready, Zeke is ready. No, we're going to set this ball, we're going to set this pick with LeBron, right? Now I got LeBron on the ISO. No one's ready. Layup.
Yeah.
Right? So it's, in theory, you hear what they say, but in reality, that's not how it works.
Because we were just like, all right, Coop, listen.
Coop.
We got you. Because we know you're going to put up 30 every night.
But that's the difference is the team has to make the adjustment because they're not used to, we got to protect Drew. Drew got his. We know Drew got his. We've been with Drew for this long. We don't have to depend on Drew getting blow-bys or none of that. He gonna handle his. But now the adjustment is we got to be ready to help Dame. Now how that's what I'm saying. Like we haven't seen those adjustments.
Rip Hamilton didn't play no defense in Detroit. None.
Was that the maskless Rip?
Both. Both didn't play no defense, but you couldn't take advantage of them. You couldn't take advantage of him because no matter what you did, what are you gonna say? What, you gonna blow by me? Look who's back there.
Yeah.
And you sitting there like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You know, that's just it's really hard when you have multiple, and they're holding people to 86.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
It's a different
go
game.
to a current situation. We talk about the Liberty, like Sabrina and Courtney Vandersloot can't defend their shadow. But JJ is in the paint.
Waiting.
Yeah, so it's like when Chelsea or Kelsey or Jackie go by one of them, it happened yesterday. JJ's right there like, all right, come on.
But the first 2 games, playoff basketball, you put us in a deficit 2-0 because of these little things that we need early on.
But that was the coach's fault because you should have subbed him out.
Or they need to have accountability.
Yeah, that's the thing. You sub them out because you think, oh, because they can't play defense, got to sub them out. Well, you
And
lose.
especially if you're not scoring, because they weren't scoring either. So at that point, like, you're a liability on both ends.
100%.
But
And that's not me.
ain't gonna be no
I'm not, and I was just about to say that. That's not me saying that Dame will ever be a liability.
Yeah.
I think the number one thing for him is to take the challenge. But not to diminish what he's already doing, but to understand that you're not just gonna come in here and think that I'm not gonna play no defense. We have a team now, and I'm protected.
For sure.
He wasn't protected before in Portland. He didn't have rim protectors.
No, he didn't have nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So now he has people he can rely on. And when you get back to like the college basketball, when you hear people talking defense, I got your back, I got your help, I got your this, I got your that. That is invigorating. If y'all don't know what invigorating is, look it up. Okay? Yeah. That's energizing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like energy. You know what I mean?
Energizing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a different, you know what I'm saying, a whole different, from a hooper standpoint,
Yeah.
like when you hear that,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we in here.
Yep.
So
It
I
makes a
think
difference.
that's gonna really energize Dame to beef it up. And I think he has the ability to make at least a third team.
Man, that man ain't making no
I think
damn
he
NBA defensive team, and he do not care when they win that championship. All right, I'm sorry. How many defensive teams Steph thought about making? None.
But
He
do
getting them-
defense win championships or offense?
Never seen a game.
Not theory. I ain't asked you about theory.
I don't-
I'm not asking you about theories. I'm not asking you about theories.
That's
there's
what
only-
they say.
that-
They say defense wins championships.
Yeah, a defensive team that still has offensive players and put buckets in the.
Usually the
If
usually
Jordan-
the
how about
championship
this?
team
What-
is ranked in the top 10 defensively. Usually.
That's fair.
I would agree with that.
The defensive players on the team. Like Michael Jordan played defense, but if you took Michael Jordan off his team and they still got all those defensive players, hell no, they don't win.
I agree with that. I was gonna say, you got.
You need some. I mean, you need someone who's going.
I'm not saying you don't.
'cause-
But you got Giannis who is both.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like this. If I have Dame and I'm playing against Steph, right? And Steph is cooking Dame, I am not subbing Dame out for a defensive player. The reason is this. When are you going to challenge him offensively? Because if he can just come out and play offense, right? And then on his defense, he gets to chill and rest up for more offense, you can't win that matchup, right? So to attack this tiger, you need a tiger.
So what's your
So I need my tiger to attack his tiger, right? Offensive, we're just gonna go back and
Just gonna go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're just playing defense, you're not. There's only one way.
But what you just said is if Steph is torching Dame, I'm not gonna
Dame is torching Steph,
I need
too.
Dame to
Right.
torture Steph.
So we're just trading baskets at this point,
Cool.
right?
But it's trading
But that's when someone else
No,
is
what I'm saying is
That's what I was trying to figure out what the adjustment is
what
going to
I'm
be
saying
for
is,
that.
I'm never gonna put a deep. It sounds ignorant, but it's real. I'm never gonna put just a defensive player on an offensive player because that defensive player, I don't care who he is, he's losing his matchup every night. Right. If he's a guard and he averages 5, but he's supposed to play defense going against a guard that averages 30. If he does a great job, that guard has 20. That's still plus 15 that someone else has to make up.
Giannis.
Someone has to make it up. He has to win his position plus add more because of someone else. I'm never doing that. Right? I'm not this is not 80s basketball.
But what is
right?
there's a balance to
the
that,
balance
though,
is
Bill.
I need win your position.
So if you bring in
If
PJ,
everyone wins their position,
if you bring in a PJ Tucker to guard Steph when he's hot, right? Not to say you have to take Dame out, but you have to put somebody on Steph. Now, on the other side, you got Giannis, who can't be guarded the same way Steph can't be guarded. So there is the balance. Who are you going to put on Giannis?
The same person who was guarding him before.
He's getting killed. Giannis is killing him. Steph is
and
killing him.
I'm pretty sure the guy who's guarding him is just a defensive player too. So that's where that coach.
That's why I said that's the leverage. So it balances out there. So if you're going to sub or not sub Dame out, he needs to be placed in a position where he can now be the X factor.
Score 30,
he has to be the X
factor. Listen, you scored 25 to 30. Ain't all that defensive shit, man. I listen. That's what I said. It all sounds good, man, and. You know, y'all, it's the overthinking of this. I just know when you're talking about chess and you're attacking, you take off one piece to try to stop one piece, y'all realizing that the piece that you're stopping, when he's on defense, he's getting all his energy back. Like when guys put defensive players on me, I'm not even looking at you. You make it hard. Think about when, what happened to the Lakers, right? When Lakers put their defensive teams up, the recent ones.
Oh, I thought.
Right when they go in and they get Caruso and they put all these guys, right? If I'm guarding, what made it hard for LeBron and AD? It makes it hard because instead of guarding you, I'm just sitting all my eyes here. Right?
Yeah.
I know you're not going anywhere. You're not going to backdoor me. And when you do get the ball, I'm going to just jump. You're going to dribble a little bit, then pass it and go. Now they're going to do the pick and roll. We're going to sit here and watch some more. I don't have to worry about you because you're here for deep. You're here to stop me, pick me up full court. But I get to rest. That's the worst thing you want to do to an offensive player. Rest him. You want to run me. You want to backdoor me. You want to cut in.
You want you're guarding ain't out there for offense.
No. Well, that's what hurt. That's what hurt Miami, right? When you have defensive players in, and then you have players on Denver that wasn't there for scoring, but what they did was what? Duck in, go for the lob. It put more pressure on them because now they can't set their defense up.
No, they just ran the offense. That's the thing that I was trying to get to. When you run an offense that gets everybody involved, it's not necessarily about the mismatches, it's just about execution at that point. But the defensive side, you look at the 04 Lakers versus the 04 Pistons, there was no counterbalance of an offensive juggernaut on the Pistons that offset Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Shaq, and Kobe. But what happened was they set a defensive strategy that neutralized the fuck out of the Lakers. And that's where you look at the Spurs.
You had 4 scores on that team, though.
Whose? What team? The Pistons?
Yeah.
No, there wasn't 4 scores on that team.
So Rasheed Wallace not score?
He's a defensive player.
Rasheed Wallace
he was a dual threat, but he was more defense.
Rasheed Wallace?
Yes, Rasheed Wallace.
No, he was great at defense, but he was top 3 damn near. He was a scorer.
But he was both. He was a combo big.
Yeah, but offensively,
him and Rip were the offensive juggernaut.
Offensive scorer.
2.
Tayshaun can score.
Yeah.
But they played together.
And Big Shot was a scorer.
They all played together.
But what I'm saying is they're scores. They're not just they're not Ben Wallace.
What do you mean? They all played cohesively where they didn't have to score big amount of points.
No, not being able to, not scoring and not being able to score is 2 different things. Like Ben Wallace couldn't score. Yeah. No matter what you did,
Ben Wallace could score,
no,
bro. Why are you diminishing that man? What are you talking about? Ben Wallace can play, bro.
Play what?
Basketball.
No, okay.
Basketball, bro. Okay. Just because he's in an offense where he's not getting the ball and he's doing shit. Come on, man.
So you're talking about if the team decided to throw him the ball 20 times, he was going to be some scoring juggernaut.
Man, he wasn't going to be no goose egg, 0 points.
No. I'm pretty sure he has a bunch of goose eggs.
Why though, Gil? It's not because he's trash. It's because he played on the team. He don't need to score. No, it's called your role.
Before they was on that team, he was 0. Before
he was still being a defensive player.
Because he was a defensive player.
That's because that was his role.
Like if you gave Draymond the ball 100 times and say, "Yo, go give us 40," it's not happening.
Listen, Draymond would disagree with you.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't.
He's already said it.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. On Podcast P, he said, man, I'm a guy who go out and get mine, but when people are sagging off me, it make me think that I can't play. And I know I can play. And I know I can score.
Knowing and doing it is 2 different things. There's 15 players on the team. 14 of the players think they're the stars of the team, right? Am I right or wrong? Right?
You're wrong. You're wrong, and you know you're wrong.
14 players on the team actually think they are the stars, and they think they should be getting the minutes. And just because you think it doesn't mean it's reality.
Basketball, man. You fit into a position on a team where you're in a role. This is my role. I know I'm not the star. If I played on...
everybody thinks that they are better than what they are, and especially those who are like on the bench. That's like, man, just let me get in the game, and then they get in the game, and you're not better than what you thought you are.
It's some, not all.
Reality is reality.
I can tell you, it's a lot of teams that won championships where guys knew their role. There's not no, I think I'm better than Kobe. I need those shots. No. You know that's Kobe Bryant. You know that's Shaquille O'Neal. You know that's Michael Jordan. You know that's Gilbert Arenas. You know these are guys that are better than you. You're not going to go in the game thinking I need those shots. I'm going to fit in, get in where I fit in, where I'm at, what I need to do. I need to screen for Gilbert. I'm going to screen for
That's not the argument. Like knowing your role is knowing your role, but saying, okay, let's take Kobe off and you get the 20 shots. Can you do it? No.
It ain't about can you do it. You just said you think you can do it. Yeah, everyone thinks they can. Everyone thinks they can go out and do it. Yeah, you didn't put in the work that Kobe put in.
Of
That's what I'm saying. The thought process.
You think Ben Wallace put in the work to I'm gonna post stuff 100 times?
Bro, when they throw
the ball down to him, do a move, big fella.
I was down there with them, bro.
Get the ball back out here.
Speaking of somebody putting in the work, we got to talk a little bit about Giannis. After spending some time with Hakeem this summer.
Sometimes, don't say that. Don't
he
say
spent
some
time.
Don't say sometimes.
Anything over a second is some time.
Stop triggering.
Anything over a second.
Hold on.
How much time did he spend with
3
him?
days.
Stop triggering. That is not spending some time.
Thank you.
What do we call it? If you spend 3 days with somebody, what do we call that?
3 days.
3 days. Thank you.
It's some time.
Some time is like weeks.
So what
spending some significant
what
time?
Terminology? Hey, Josiah, ask him what terminology do you need to use for the 3 days?
No, you
for the
say,
3 days.
You say he.
It was 72 hours.
I went to visit my homie.
He spent 3 days.
He spent 3 days. Tell us, don't say you spent some time.
No, I'm just saying, because when I hear some time, I'm like, damn, he moved to Houston? Was he there all summer?
He moved to Houston for 3 days.
Sometimes.
Now,
to the weekend.
When someone
that ain't sometimes.
That's enough time to go to Trailburger, get some workouts in. Go catch up with Slim.
The headline shit, he spent a couple hours. Hour and a half today, tomorrow, hour and a half. So he spent the full 5 hours.
But you don't know if
when you hear.
Here's my thing. You can't go put in some time with Dream for 3 days.
You can.
Why not?
Thank you.
Why not?
No. Let me say.
Why not?
You can't put in 3 days and think you're ready.
But that ain't the reason why he did it. That wasn't the reason why he went that.
Give me the context.
He went down there for what?
Give me the context.
He went down there for.
Here we go.
Context.
Here we go.
Why was
Context is this.
Okay.
It's Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yes.
1. I get to work out with the Dream as a fellow Nigerian African countryman. I've never had this opportunity.
Greco-Nigerian.
I worked out with Kobe. I worked out with KG. This is my opportunity to work out with him. I don't care if it's 2 days, 2 hours, 2 months. It don't.
So that's why he went down there.
That's what I'm saying. So to diminish the time, however long he was down there, he wasn't going down there to say, I'm going to use these 3 days to say I got better and got ready for the season. I went down there to see what Dream can possibly give me. Now maybe
let's see what Dream gave him.
Listen, I don't even got to say it. I know what he gave him.
Let me see.
Same shit he gave the other players.
So let's take a look at
the same thing. The same thing he gave Joel Embiid to win MVP.
He didn't give Joel Embiid. Never worked out with him.
He don't have to.
No, he don't have. We're not doing that.
Hey, when you want to be Hakeem Olajuwon,
we're not doing that.
When you want to be Hakeem Olajuwon, and you're down here doing Hakeem Olajuwon moves and footwork.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not.
And you average 33 a game.
No, you're not.
You don't need to go meet Hakeem and work out with him. You already got his shit.
No, we're not gonna.
You already got.
We're not gonna give you.
Now Giannis don't got it, so he need to go meet.
You're not gonna just give somebody who has footwork and say this is Hakeem's product. Hakeem's product has to be from Hakeem.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Can we see the clip?
Kobe Bryant didn't work with Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant didn't work with Michael Jordan.
Can we see the clip?
No. Go back.
I got
go
to
back.
the beginning. Sorry.
Go back.
I missed the beginning.
Travel.
Oh, that was a travel.
Did they call it? Wait, did they call it?
Oh my God.
Did they call it?
Travel.
Did they call it?
That's a travel.
Did they call it?
They never call travel.
Okay, so it's not a travel.
But that
So if I rob a bank and don't get called,
You're not.
I'm a bank robber.
No, you're not.
I'm a bank robber.
No, you're not.
You savvy, Gil.
What I'm saying?
No, you're not.
That is such a travel.
I know.
Did they call it?
It don't matter. Just because you didn't get caught, like, I don't care about none of this. It's the beginning.
Come on, man.
It's the beginning.
Wait,
Same thing I said, what was going on.
Wait a minute. That is a bad travel.
But not
Did they call it?
Not even close.
Did they call it?
I'm asking, did he travel?
Of course he traveled.
Okay.
But it's not a travel.
And I said this.
But it's not.
Traveled his ass to the bucket.
No, when I said this, I said,
Travel.
when it first happened, I said, well, you going all the way down there, you spend $50,000 for, I said, you gonna spend $50,000 to travel because of this. Like, it has nothing to do with, it has nothing to do with.
When he went down there to spend some time with Hakeem, is what you're saying?
No, because of the time, look, the timing is this.
He want him to be perfect.
The timing is
He'll want him to be perfect.
The timing is 3 days or 5 days before training camp. If you really want to go down there and work on your post game and say you're working on your post game, that should have started in the summer. So the fact that the narrative is he's going down there to get better, you just take away every great person who put in months of training to get better to make it seem like it can happen in 3 days.
But he never said that, Gilbert. You put that sauce on there. He never came out.
Put your sauce.
No, you did
You
that.
just changed your narrative.
How?
Because you said he went out there to learn this and do that.
No, I did
and
not.
that
I
was
said
your
that's
first.
what you get when you get there.
And what did he get?
He got to talk to his hero.
Lillard.
He got to talk to his hero, bro.
At the end of the day,
what are you talking about?
At the end of the day, you can.
He
say
never
whatever
said I'm going down there to get better.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
When? Show it to me. Show it to
Everybody.
me.
All I'm saying is,
you just capping to prove your point, bro.
my point is already proven.
It ain't.
Yes, proven.
It ain't.
Yes.
Because he went down there for 3 days.
Instinct.
He went down there for 3
Move,
days.
travel.
But they didn't call it.
They didn't call it.
They didn't call it. Did they call it? No. No, they didn't. Not a travel.
Oh my God.
First move he tried it, travel.
So that's like saying you go see somebody's kid play, you're like, man, look, he carry. Look, he carrying, but ain't nobody calling carry but you. So who's the hater? Somebody in the stands keeps saying carry, and he not carrying because they not calling it. Obviously, Jamal Crawford, man, they used to say he carry all the time. Jamal said this to me. He said, hey, man, I've been doing this for 15 years. They ain't called carry once on me. Stop saying that. It ain't no carry if they don't call it.
So, cool.
My question is, like, if he was only wanting to talk to Hakeem, just call him on the phone.
He went down to work with him. Why you gotta call him on the phone?
He wanted to go see the man.
So he wanted to go work out with him
and learn. And learn that.
So he could get better.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to spend some time with a legend.
It's a question.
Just like Chelsea Gray saying, it's been a dream of mine to work with Sheryl Swoopes if I could just get a day. If I could just get a day.
But I'm not just going to do a day.
So, but if I saw,
would you do 3
that's
days?
all she got.
No, not
if that's
3 days.
all she got. She said, I gotta.
Then you don't want to get better.
She's not saying she's trying to get better. She just want to work out. I just want to talk to my icon.
No, because my thing is this. I don't want to just get in the gym with you for a day because you wasting my time.
What if she got 50,000 for you?
So my point, we can talk.
Okay. She got 50,000 for you though.
But what's so funny?
Say it again.
We can talk.
In the gym?
For 50,000.
I got 50 bands for you.
Exactly.
For 50,000, we can talk.
And you can show her some stuff?
Yeah, for 50,000.
You show her some stuff?
We can spend some time together.
You look into them and say, yeah, I saw her some stuff for 50,000 now.
Are you going?
For 50,000. We can get in the gym for
You
an
can
hour.
spend some time
And then, okay.
That's all I wanted to
Will
hear.
you get her?
Thank you very much.
Is she gonna get better in that hour?
No.
Okay.
But hey, everybody,
here's my
both sides are pleased, right?
here's my
I'm
thing.
pleased, you pleased, we good.
Because at this point, all you're really wanting to do is say, oh my God, I'm a fan, I love you,
Yes.
I just want to be in the gym with you.
Yes.
I got 50,000.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, cool, let's go to the gym.
And I'm a champion, and I'm an MVP, and I'm all these, and we both from where we're from, and I always wanted to meet you and figure this out.
I'm sorry. I'm not. You're not. Well, I'm sorry.
That's what you do when you're getting roasted.
No,
you got to do all this deflecting shit.
Listen, at the end of the day, all you guys who said he was going down there, he's gonna get back this package, you fucking seen it.
But we didn't.
I said it.
You said it.
I said it. You killed me. Product there. Product.
Product what?
You can't change the track. You can't change the footwork.
We came with no expectations, and Giannis didn't actually pay Hakeem, so
It don't matter.
There you go.
It don't matter.
There you go.
So you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
And what did I say? You can do that shit for free. What did I say? You can travel for free.
That was funny.
You
Yeah.
can travel for free.
So Gil, you had the internet going nuts after your viral travel tweet from your Twitter account, but the legend Milton
The ball with both feet
Chivas
on the floor, lifts his right foot, making his left foot his pivot foot. Then he lifts his pivot foot before releasing the ball to start his dribble, making that a travel. As he starts his spin, he ends his dribble on left foot for gather, pivot foot step 1 on right, non-pivot step 2 on left, legally pivots and steps, and as you can see, his defender makes contact with his pivot foot, which is why I believe this portion wasn't called a travel, but I do believe he does need to be more disciplined with his pivot foot. And I know y'all been mad at Gil for the whole Hakeem thing, but he does make a couple valid points. Let's check out Melo in the lab with him as well. He rips it through and lifts his pivot foot before releasing the ball to start his dribble, which is a travel. I believe that should be corrected on the spot. In this clip, he's in the lab with JaVale McGee and Amari Stoudemire. Amari rips it through and lifts his pivot foot before releasing the ball to start his dribble, making that a travel as well. And here we go to a separate workout. Him demonstrating, lifting his pivot foot before releasing the ball to start his dribble, traveling there as well. But then Marcin Gortat tries to move and does the same exact thing. Lifts that pivot foot before releasing the ball to start his dribble, traveling as well. And then another rep right after, the same exact way. And here's Hakeem demonstrating again, ripping the ball through, lifting his pivot foot before releasing the ball to start his dribble, travel there as well. The details are always everything, especially when it comes to teaching. And in multiple different training videos, I see the same lack of discipline as players start their dribble.
That was so funny to me.
Who the fuck is this nigga talking?
Gil, social media
I have no
icon.
idea.
Show me the nigga that's tell him to bring his ass out here and show me what's not a travel.
Shout out to MBW basketball.
I hear everybody talking about what is. Break down everybody else's footage.
Oh man, I was gonna say I can show you travel. My 16-year-old son, we did the same moves, and I can show you what
I'm
is not
calling travel every time you make
can't.
a move.
You can't
travel.
You can't
travel.
You can't
carry.
My son has
travel.
footwork. My son has footwork.
Double dribble.
Yeah,
what we doing?
I'm sorry. I don't play that.
When they don't call it,
I don't play the 50,000.
They don't call it.
I don't play the 50,000. Take your money, put you through a workout. If you come to me and say, I want to get better at this, I'm gonna have all your tapes ready. I want to see what you do. Why are you traveling? Okay. You move too fast. You're too athletic. We need to slow you down. So I need to emphasize, stop you in real time. Like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm more detailed. But if his legacy protects him from calling out his travel, right? His championships and how great of a legacy he was, protects him from being a trainer. Okay.
Gilbert, why don't you just tell the world what you really want to tell them?
I can't travel.
Tell them that you're just a better trainer than he is.
Oh, that's no cap.
So just say that. So why don't you just say,
whoa,
you don't have to trash him. You don't have to trash him.
Hold on.
You don't have to trash him.
First of all, this is not even a competition about who's that. That just like when he says just like he says our careers are not the same. I can't argue with the GOAT with that.
Did he say
top 3?
He said that?
No, I'm saying if he did, I can't argue with our resume. No, but this training shit, don't.
So that's what I'm saying.
Don't pretend. No.
Just say that.
Because he don't need to challenge me. This is not even a conversation.
But he wasn't challenging you. You're challenging him.
What I'm saying is, don't try to make it sound like I'm saying something that's real. Like you can come over there, work 3 days, and think you're about to get this whole package. I'm about to get this knowledge. That's not how fucking greatness works. And the fact that you are minimizing it to make it seem like it's that easy.
But you keep saying it like that's why he went down there, Gilbert.
He wanted to hang out with Hakeem.
Stop doing that, bro.
So he was not going to work with Hakeem.
No.
To get better.
No, he was going down to fuck with his man.
This is how he justifies that travel. Oh, he was just going down and hang out, and I was going to pay $50,000.
I'll say this: if we could pull up footage from Giannis last year before he rock with Hakeem, I bet you could pull up some travels.
All I know is I can't wait to see.
I bet you can pull up some travels.
Them 2 big ass
2 years ago,
stomping you out, Gil. Hakeem.
But you stomp me out because I'm right. I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. What's the problem? What's the real problem here? Am I right? Like if we said Jordan is a horrible general manager, will we be right or wrong? Right? Then I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, he won 6 championships. He did this, he did. What does his legacy of playing got to do with his this? What does his legacy of his footwork on how he played have to do with how he's teaching?
I mean, but
it's a difference. All great players are not great teachers. All great teachers are not great players. right? So stop trying to mix it up and say, oh, I'm attacking his. I never said he was sorry.
I'm not
He's
mixing
top
nothing
three.
up, man.
He's
I'm
top
giving
three.
you facts.
The facts is travel.
Yes, that's
That's
what
the
I'm
only
saying. But
fact
if you're saying that you went and
Travel.
taught your son his moves and did it better than him, bro, that's you saying I'm a better trainer than him.
I am.
That's all I'm saying.
wasn't
Just say that.
But it wasn't a competition about it. It has nothing to do with training. It has nothing to do with training. Like if you're gonna go teach and you're gonna have dreams, workout stuff, take it serious.
But there was no reason to bash
Like you work.
him.
I didn't bash him.
What would you call it?
What would I call it?
What would you call it? Saying I'd be damn if I pay $50,000 for the camera.
Well, I'll be. Let me say it again. I'll be damn if I pay $50 million to go $50,000 a week to go down there and travel. Right? Is that bashing him or is that my opinion? And then everyone gets mad. Then I got to go pull up the footage to show y'all the travel. Like y'all made it more longer than it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like quick, and then we move on. But y'all trying to prove a point to me, knowing that you're not going to prove a point to me if I've already studied every damn play that he's did. I done went through every video, so you're not going to beat me on it. I can show you more travels. And more travels.
We traveled out.
I done loaded videos on top of videos on top of videos. Y'all can keep going. I got text messages on top text messages on top text messages.
We don't want to see
players not. How many players? How about this?
We
don't want to see the text, Gil.
Is he the only one that travels?
Let's try this.
Is he the only one that travels?
Let's try it like this.
He's definitely not the only one that
Of course not.
So why are we highlighting him?
No.
I made it a thing. I came out and said, whoa, 50,000 to go down there and travel. Ooh, hell no. I did that. That was my response. And then my response triggered feelings. See, I think that's the problem. Everyone is their feelings. Like your feelings doesn't change this. It doesn't. How you feel about his career, oh, he's attacking a legend. I'm not attacking a legend. I'm attacking the trainer. Is he a legend in training? Yeah, that's why. Is he a legacy trainer? How many play? Like if I ask these questions, y'all gonna act like I'm an asshole. If we go every summer to the trainer that's getting us better, right? Every summer, like wherever you get your haircut from, you go back because he's doing a good job, right? Training every summer, you go back to the trainer who's done a great job. And if I say how many players that went to Hakeem went back for a second time, and the answer is 0. Am I wrong for saying it? Am I the hater? Like, when is reality? This has nothing to do with his legacy. It's 300 million. So if 300 million. If I'm worth 300 million, and you're gonna pay me 50,000 to sit there and say, hey, do that. We gonna take it.
I would.
Just don't try to make me feel like I'm saying some shit that I'm off my rocker. Just like I said, USA basketball was a D team, F team. And everybody laugh.
Ooh.
And then A is gold, B is bronze, silver, C is
Bronze.
and D is what? Nothing.
Go home.
What they get? Go home. I mean, y'all can just say I was right again, like you.
I don't know nothing about B and C. Definitely not D.
Give me the go.
Yeah.
Shout out to MDW Basketball for that travel breakdown. Has a lot of great videos where he explains stuff that's not a travel.
You trolling me now because I'm gonna go follow this. I gotta go.
I'm giving credit to the
He better be a hooper. He better.
No, he's a hooper. He's
better be a hooper.
He be doing some elaborate shit sometimes and be like
footwork. Now he's with footwork, and so he breaks down all footwork and what's travel, what's
he's
not
a legend.
travel.
But the problem is like traveling it never gets called.
So was that a travel on Giannis?
No.
Because they did not call it.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Stole some Skittles from the store. I didn't get caught.
You're still a thief.
I'm not a thief.
You're still a thief.
How? Who's gonna prove it?
Huh?
But you know
that.
Yeah, but you know
that.
I don't know anything.
You know
You know I wanted some Skittles.
You went in there to steal it.
I wanted some Skittles.
You didn't get caught. You're still a thief.
I wanted some Skittles. What considers you a thief?
You stole it.
It's when you get caught.
No.
No.
Yes.
That's called the dummy.
No.
At that point.
How?
So now it's time.
If I throw something through that glass and break it, and y'all don't see it, I still know I broke it.
Yeah, you know, nobody else know.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
You know you're a thief.
Yeah, I ain't thinking about that no more. I'm gonna
But
give
you
me some
gotta-
coffee. I'm gonna
Hey, be careful
Yes,
walking
you
out.
will. Yes, you will.
Going to give me a
Yes,
coffee.
you
I'm
will.
going to go. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happened.
You're gonna think about it. Sorry.
So we got big glass windows right here that you walk into, but every once in a while somebody will bang their face on it
Just
because they
walk
won't
right
realize.
into
Now, who'd you say? You said some.
He said someone.
Some people have done it.
Just you.
I didn't want.
Just you. Just
Other people have done it.
You did that?
Other people have done it.
This is your side.
Long time ago. It was so pristinely clean.
When it first got
It was
here.
so clean.
He said some people just.
Some people just
He didn't say I've done it. He said some people.
I'm not a snitch, Gil. I'm not a snitch. I keep shit to myself.
Is that some people on the couch?
Nah,
I ain't never
but
done
it's
it.
happened to
I
other
ain't
people
never
too.
done it. I ain't done it.
Some people in the room.
Y'all days are coming. And now we got more cameras in here. It was so pristinely clean though.
It was.
I was minding my business.
You can walk right through it, huh?
God, wait, did anybody see you?
No, we had a
Did
couple
you?
people
But
here.
you turned to see if anybody
Crew,
saw
but
you?
crew is cool because they keep things to themselves.
So
Like,
you
y'all
got it
have
on
a-
yourself.
You know you have a whole forehead.
So nobody
mark on
knew
the
until
glass.
just now.
Like, whose forehead is this?
It was a little oil
Then you had
stain.
a
As you guys know, I'm cocoa buttered out.
Oh my gosh.
It was a little cocoa butter
we
streak.
I was walking through the airport yesterday. Nothing in front. I just tripped. But I didn't
What?
fall, but I turned
Oh,
to see
shit.
like who saw me. This
And the
lady
worst is when
walked
it's
by.
always that one person
This
like,
lady
yeah, I
walked by,
see.
she was like, it's okay.
It's on Twitter somewhere. It's on Twitter somewhere. It's on
You
Twitter
have your
somewhere.
phone out.
All right, let's get to Mostly Fans, our last segment of the
Oh
day.
my gosh, that
Sheryl
was
Swoopes,
funny.
we appreciate you being here.
That was funny.
Legend. Coming from Houston, home of Hakeem. If you see Hakeem out there,
See? See? Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, we doing that. Yes. Yes. Look, she don't want to be tied to it. She's like, don't do that to me.
She don't want to be tied
She's
to
like,
that
don't do that. I'm not. I never. She's like, I never traveled in my life. She's like, I do not travel.
I'm saying, if you see Hakeem, tell him where Gil live, because Gil talk too much. I need to see them in
This is hilarious.
If I see him, I'm going to have him show me that move.
Come on, Cheryl,
Without-
leave him
yeah.
alone.
So you can, just so you can be like, hey, trap.
Pull the whistle out and hit him with it.
I'm going to say, Hakeem, that's a
Hey,
trap.
that's a trap.
You gotta leave him alone.
This wasn't a travel 30 years ago when the feet was moving a little bit faster, but
I'm trying to protect this man's man. I'm trying to protect the little bit of letter of the legacy he got left, man.
But you know, when you,
Gil taking all
when
of
you
it.
make it quick,
yeah.
It's even more of a
That's
travel.
right. Back
Yeah.
then, you're okay.
Yeah.
Here. This is the reason. I think this is the problem. Hakeem's secret to that move, all his moves is he did the footwork before he already got the ball. So most of the time when the ball was in the air, he was already on the goal. So the 1-2 foot was already, so when he did the move, the feet
Yeah.
were already planted. Now when you get the ball,
No defense.
you're trying to do the move, not realizing
That makes sense.
that first step was already done before he caught it.
that makes sense.
And that I think that's what
That's the part you can't
teach.
That's the part you can't teach.
Like he can teach it, but he's 60 now.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like he's
Yeah,
20
yeah, yeah.
something when he was doing it to really like, all right, post me up. Now you see I'm moving already. 1, 2,
Yep.
go.
Yep.
And the
And
fact
so because you can't teach that now, that's what you get.
But that's the point. Is
You get to travel.
you give them the elements and allow them to figure it out.
Yeah,
You
no
know what I'm saying?
doubt.
Like when you
No doubt.
practice it, you're like, I keep traveling and I know it. What am I doing wrong? You put the ball down first, then make the move.
So first question comes from King Latirose's underdog handle. What is the biggest what if in your basketball career? You are Steve Guest, so we'll start with you. What is the biggest what if in your basketball career?
What if?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. What if I had worked out with Hakeem Olajuwon? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You already hard. You already.
Dream, I love you, Dream. I love you, Dream. No,
Throw them views up. We're going to get them views up today. The views going up today,
I
kid.
gotta think. What if? Oh, I don't know if anybody's asked me that. What if? Go around.
That's a good
You'll
enough
forward
answer
to
for
It
me.
is. I can,
mine is, what if I never came back to the locker room the day I got injured? So what happened was we were on a
Explain.
back-to-back of Bobcats. So we were rolling when we had half a team. Everybody started getting healthy, so coach started to put him in, and he started messing with the lineups right before we getting ready to playoffs. So we're playing Bobcats. We end up losing to them. So I'm kind of heated, like, why are we still messing with the lineups when we're trying to get ready for the playoffs, right? So usually on a back-to-back, I get to the gym at 5:30 on back-to-backs, right? The regular days, I get there at 3 o'clock. So someone told me, get there early, right? So I actually got there early. So I never did shoot around or walk through on back-to-back games. So Antonio Daniels. So I'm sitting there, got my clothes on. Antonio Daniels do it, and then me and him have our guard conversation. So I'm there before we do our hand, and I go sit down. So we in the gym, getting ready for the game, right? And then Deshaun Stevens says, "Hey, coach, are we going to do the lineup before Gil got here?" I'm thinking, before Gil got here? I was here from the beginning. And he's like, "Oh, yeah. Goes, erase my names off and put a whole nother lineup. I was like, "Oh, man, no, hell no, I'm not on this bullshit right now. All right, y'all, I'm out," right? So I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And Karan came in like, "Come on, man. It's about us. It's not about him. We got to get ready for the playoffs." And I'm like, "No, why are we playing this dumb shit, right? Y'all had a conversation before I got here thinking I was going to be late when I wasn't late? Come on. Nah, we're not doing that."
Bullshit, man.
And then went out there, a minute into it, clip. I get clip and I got hurt.
That was
Dang.
So what if I would have just stayed home? I probably got suspended, a couple games. That's cool. I would have had the rest of my career though.
That's a good what if.
More of the story, keep your ass at the house.
Your ass at the house.
Don't come early.
That's a good what if.
Man.
Oh, I know he got a lot of them, so we going.
Everybody ask me
Yeah, I know.
what if. That's a good
I would say, what if I would have stayed with Chloe?
What?
Think I would have.
Them child support checks would have been good.
What? What? Pick up from soccer practice. We're going to soccer practice today. TMZ, make sure they there. Kanye, where we going to lunch, bro? We're going to lunch. Where we going? It's me. It's me. We out here now. I want a feature on the album. What's up? Yeah, babies and all kind of shit.
So they highlighted your basketball career, but I think this is appropriate.
This has everything to do with my career. So let me give you context. Goddamn, I'll give you context shit. Because if I would have stayed with her, probably would have went to another team, got on the team, made the team, because I would have had my own show. Ratings are ratings. You know what I'm saying? Might have still been around right now, coaching somewhere. Could still be a different player, different person.
That's real.
I could have been fat, dude. Let myself go.
Fat with fat pockets. I get
Fat with fat pockets, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm cheap with my.
Yeah,
we made our way around.
That's a good what if. I would say, what if
You had time too. You had time too.
I've had a few. But I would say, what if, kind of on your path, Gil, what if I never would have had back surgery? It's probably my biggest what if. Because I think if I wouldn't have had it, I probably would have played longer and could have set some records that people talk about today. But I had back surgery in 2010 and was never, 2008 actually, and was never able to come back and finish my career the way I wanted to.
Damn.
Okay.
Do you wish the WNBA started earlier?
I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know that because I think I wish maybe I could have played longer, right? The WNBA started, for me, it was right on time. Because when I graduated from college, I went overseas for 5 months. And then the 95, 96 Olympic team was put together. So we trained together for a year. Then the WNBA started. So the timing of that I thought was perfect.
Yeah.
That's a good one. No one's ever asked me what if.
Yeah.
So last question comes from underdog username, Mash, oh my gosh. Because y'all just read the names. That's what they pay me to do. Y'all got to pick some better underdog usernames. So many.
Oh my God.
The McCanns me got
It's
me.
like early AOL. You can take whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's all the names
College, college emails, college Yahoo names.
Oh my God.
So, as an NBA fan from Indiana, I root for the Pacers. My question is, who's an underdog team that could possibly win a chip or make noise this season?
Underdog team winning a chip.
Whoop, whoop.
I guess the only underdog team with Boston, maybe?
Would the Lakers be considered
I'm going to say
underdog?
Lakers. Pick to
I
be
know.
7th
Are the
seed.
Lakers considered underdogs?
Yeah, I mean, pick to be 7th seed by the folks who make the odds. That's not even a playoff team. That's a playing team, Gil. That's underdog-ish. Woof, woof.
Yeah, I would say Lakers because I can't consider Boston an underdog. Because they there.
No.
They there every year.
They're not an underdog.
It's like
To win it-
Sacramento,
Oof. The Clippers?
Clippers.
They count?
They're not an underdog.
Clippers not?
Phoenix definitely ain't an
Oh,
underdog.
no, not at all.
Dallas?
Golden State ain't. Dallas ain't no underdog. Houston's an underdog.
Chicago? Chicago?
You just naming teams that just ain't got
This ain't no good. Ain't no chance in hell. See, I'm the under the damn house.
Name chill. Hold on, they ain't got no chance. I thought it was like I thought it was like underdogs to like Denver was like an underdog.
Was they?
Yeah, kind of.
Well,
Nobody really
since
put
he's
them in.
from Indiana. What, Indiana? I don't know.
Okay, Pacers, not, I mean, reasonable.
I mean,
Let's just be real. We already
was
know
number
what's gonna happen.
one.
But that's what's at the start of the season, but nobody really put
Lakers,
them.
Bucks.
Right. They just under the radar.
What's gonna happen?
Lakers, Bucks. We already said it. It was the final preview last night.
So that ain't under.
I know, I'm just talking about
Lakers, Bucks.
That was the final
Lakers,
preview.
Bucks, what?
Are going to meet in the
Finals.
finals. We need that bag back.
Y'all all said that?
No.
No, we're just Laker fans. So
Who you got? Who you got?
We're not as delusional as Clipper fans.
Who you got?
Who you rolling with?
Golden State gonna go get another chip this year.
Say Golden State. And who?
I'm not.
On the East.
He's hoping you say a team.
I'm not. I know she's not gonna say. I know she's not gonna say.
He think Miami.
Miami Nuggets running it back. Miami Nuggets running it back. They're gonna run it back.
You know what? I like Denver though. I do like Denver. I don't know. I'm just saying Golden State. I don't know
Golden
who they're
State. You
gonna
just want
Who they
Golden
gonna
State.
Well, Cheryl, we
They
appreciate
need a
you.
big though. Sorry.
Oh, no, you all good. They do.
They do.
Do
They
they?
don't get it, though.
Do they?
They need a big L.
They got
playoffs to the Lakers
they got
again.
Looney.
Like no. Like
Looney is
like
emerging.
what's so funny is just like
need a
coaching,
big.
right? There's no big that can play in that offense and be productive
True.
because the offense is geared
That's true.
for guards.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what happened to Wiseman. Just,
Yep.
It's like that's just a bad situation for you because that's Steve Kerr's a guard and it's going to revolve around what he's.
Looney getting what? 10 and 12.
Yeah.
He's loving it. He ain't tripping.
We're going to ride that Looney train on the Pick'ems this year. You already know.
Oh, yeah.
He always come through. UCLA Bruin with the twisties.
High
You about
lower,
to say
8
thank
rebounds.
you to me?
I'm about to tell you, thank you so much for pulling up to the show.
Can I give you my bone?
Oh, can you give us your puppy bone to pick?
Well, the longer I sit here, the bigger the bone gets.
What happened now?
Because I'm just checking out the room, the setup. Like it's so nice. There's
Oh,
something
all right.
missing.
Yep. Check him.
The
You know, we have to-
jersey.
you know, we have to
oh,
double-
she said, "Where my jersey
No.
at?
Okay. Yeah. You guys, I'm not even going to lie.
Where my jersey?
The
It
jerseys.
even got to be mine. Can I?
No.
It does have to be yours.
Just so you know. Just so you know.
Here we go. Huh? Yeah.
Watch
He been prepared for
just
this.
go upstairs and
He's
not come back.
prepared for this.
Watch him go upstairs and just not come back.
Let me see. He told me
Type of
just
shit
so
you'll
you
be
know.
on.
Let me see. Let me see.
You gonna have us here waiting until tomorrow at 11:30.
He got a it's Steve Fraser. Okay. Let me see. Who hollering at me? Okay. Don't bring me no Lisa Leslie.
No, what I'm saying. No. I'm saying.
Don't bring me no Lisa Leslie jersey.
No, I'm saying I do have.
You
I do have.
You know what? I love Lisa. You do have.
It's
here's my question.
small.
But where was that jersey?
It was in the
His VIP section.
it's the VIP. It's the VIP store. No, so you guys' jerseys are hard to find.
But you know somebody.
Like I had to trade for it.
Would you give Lisa Leslie in exchange for the jersey?
Listen,
Nothing.
I can't help you with Lisa Leslie's
Blicky.
jersey.
You can help me with
but
yours?
I'm me.
Okay, there we go.
Don't clap for that yet. Don't clap for that. But I don't want my jersey out there.
No. You see how it's a little smaller? You see how y'all jersey just a little smaller?
I don't care who it is. There's a couple I can pick on this wall that say they shouldn't even be up
Oh, no,
there.
that's fact.
So,
No.
I'm not saying a name.
Trust me, there's one. I got one.
There's a couple.
There's 1, 2.
What are you? Let's see what
I got 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 7 that should be right here. Yeah, trust me, I know.
I mean, redecorate or something. No, I'm kidding.
No, but that was
got you.
No, that was my idea. I wanted both.
I do
It's
like
just
this.
it's hard to track. It's hard to track y'all.
Any other bombs you had to pick?
No, that was it.
Okay.
That was
Like I was something. I have my list. I gave him a list. I have my list already. It's been 3 months.
I'm just glad you pulled one out though.
Yeah,
I walked in, I was like, oh no. This is an issue.
Well, Sheryl, we appreciate you pulling up. It's always great to have Ghost here on this couch.
Thank you.
3-time MVP.
I appreciate.
You already know.
Say it louder.
3-time MVP.
How many championships?
Like 3, right?
Oh,
I see.
He ain't a real fan. He ain't a real fan.
4 for 4. Yeah, Wendy's meal. 4 for 4.
4 for 4. Let's go.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much for pulling
awesome.
up.
Thank you.
Been another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa, whoa.